What's up, Rude Nation? We are back yet again. You boys. The Rude Boys. For the Power Hour Plus, episode 42. Coming at you.
Welcome to episode 42, Rude Nation. This is your boy, Cash.
And this is your boy, Sherm.
Woo!
I should let you on the fucking, off the reins a little bit, doing those intros.
Do you really want to do
I
that?
don't know, you had a little something there.
Alright, cool. Good. We'll talk about that all.
Oh, God. We talk about it right now. This is the time we talk about
no, fuck
things.
it. Yeah, you will.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I said that I would.
Who's in your mouth?
Wow. Miller Lite. We got quality, uncompromising, and unchanging. It's also enchanting.
Enchanting.
It is enchanting.
I have...
Frederick Miller, I guess, said that in 1855. Inside is a fine Pilsner beer, brewed.
Anyway, I am
drinking...
drinking...
This is the ad bump, guy. What are you drinking?
You are
Who's in your
talking
mouth?
too slow.
Who's in your mouth?
To be an ad. You only get 30 seconds for an ad. You're doing it too slow.
That was like 15 seconds.
We need to go to...
Ooh.
You gotta go to ad class.
Who's in your mouth?
Miller Lite as well.
Okay.
All right.
Anything to say about it?
It's delicious.
All right,
and it goes
cool.
down smooth.
All right, let's clink it up then.
Clank it up. Ooh, proper.
Damn, guy.
Smooth.
So, Nation, we're running all sinisters. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be a those banked up shows.
It's running all cylinders because the topic of today is Game of Thrones. And we've talked about Game of Thrones. We do our little got segment every now and then, but this is going to be our last regular episode right before the final season of Game of Thrones premieres. So later in the show, we're going to have a little bit of a round table with a special panel of some of our close personal friends, some family, some peoples
Game of Thrones fans.
Game of Thrones fans, exactly.
So get your floppy wieners ready and enjoy this Game of Thrones episode.
But first...
Blitzkrieg news, baby.
Yeah, Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg.
Suck some nindies, Sean. Sherm. Wow.
Want to redo that, kid? We're live,
Let's
pal.
talk some nindies.
Yeah,
Sherm.
so... Oh, boy. There was a lot of fucking video game news. I just got to say that off the bat.
I know Cuphead's coming to the Switch.
Yes. Oh, yeah, perfect. So let's talk about it right now. Nintendo had a Nindies Direct. A couple highlights that I want to personally highlight. Cuphead.
Was that shit always called Direct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
All the Nintendo videos, they go directly to the fans. That's what that is. So Cuphead is coming to the Switch. That's huge because that is a Microsoft-published independent game that Microsoft bankrolled, etc.,
Sure.
and was only coming out is out on the Xbox One and PC.
But this is due to their working relationship
and
now.
they're very chummy, very
Yes.
chummy. So stuff you would not think would happen is happening, and who knows, shit may be happening sooner than we think.
Cool.
Especially with like Smash Brothers and stuff.
What else?
Other things I want to mention is Blaster Master Zero 2 got shadow dropped that day. That just means that they announce it, and guess what? It's on your fucking eShop right now. Go download it and play it. I didn't get a chance to touch on it yet, Tom. I don't think you did either.
You told me. I've been busy.
But Blaster Master Zero was super neat. You played that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Didn't finish, but I played it.
Okay, it's very good. Other things I want to mention is Stranger Things 3 is coming out to the Switch. That is the same team that came up. I remember talking about it, I think, last Rootober.
The mobile.
A mobile game, Stranger Things. Very, very cute. If it wasn't on mobile, I probably would have liked it a lot more. And guess what? The sequel is not going to be on mobile. Coming out the same day as Season 3 of Stranger Things.
July 4th.
Yep. A bunch of other things got revealed and got release dates and stuff like that. Double Fine is coming up with a game called Rad, which is directed by the same dude who did Headlander, which is a game I really like. Very stylized. It's almost like the futuristic presentation. However, if that future was still based in the 70s, you know what I mean? Like kind of those pulpy, older sci-fi novels. Look to it, like really cool. It's apparently like a roguelike. That's also the name of the game of this fucking direct. Like everything's a roguelike. Everything is procedurally generated. This game, it's like a 3D action platformer, and you can mutate yourself into different animals or whatever. It looks interesting. It's Double Fine. Cool. I'm down for that. They finish up the Nindies Direct with again, something completely out of left field. A mashup of a indie game called Crypt of the Necrodancer, which I'll talk about later in the show, and The Legend of Zelda. So it's basically Nintendo is coming to a partnership or something with an independent studio and also Spike Chunsoft to create a indie game with Legend of Zelda characters, and it's mind-boggling. Also,
Bananas, man,
absolute bananas, bananas, and the art looks great. The music sounds cool. It's a really cool concept, and I'll talk a little bit about Necrodancer later in the show.
Cool.
Might as well just keep it rolling because Sony also had a State of Play event where they, not really an event, but they kind of just, it was basically their Nintendo Direct.
Sure.
They showed a bunch of VR games, a bunch of release dates. They showed more footage for Gone Home, Days Gone, whatever the fuck is it called?
Days Gone. That game looks intense from
Right.
what I've seen. I don't know if you know too much about it.
I really don't, because it really just kind of seems so generic to me, but that's really my ignorance.
Basic breakdown, is that it is...
This is me tapping on the watch.
Yeah, you fuck. Pretty much, it's zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
You are a motorcycle club president, and your motorcycle is most important to you besides picking up weapons.
Sure.
So, you gotta make sure your bike is upkept, so this way, if you're getting chased by a horde, you could just jump up, and boom.
And you're out.
There are also times where you have to go through a horde, but you gotta walk your bike.
Okay.
So and if you make a noise with the bike, you're gonna get fucked.
Right.
So it's a different take on the zombie genre.
Okay.
I've been following this since they first announced it. It looks pretty cool.
One of us has.
Yeah, I definitely do. I am playing around with the idea of picking it up sooner or later.
Yeah, awesome.
So.
Like I said, they did mention a bunch of VR stuff. There's going to be a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's VR coming into the fucking PlayStation.
I don't.
But
give a shit.
that's a big.
I don't give a shit about Five Nights at Freddy. What was another VR game?
They started
announced?
off with Iron Man VR.
Oh my god!
I know a lot of people with the praise and the critical reception of Marvel Spider-Man that came to PS4. That hopefully they're really holding on to hope that this is going to be one of the best Iron Man video games, which again really is a very dry well to pick from, but it's kind of there. Like VR is pretty much kind of like a no-brainer for a character like Iron Man. Done by a group called Camouflage, which is based out of Seattle. They did the iOS game Republic, which is it's critically
acclaimed.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, it could be cool.
Okay.
Who knows?
I'm sure one of us will pick it up and we'll watch the other one crash into stuff. And
so that's me
laugh.
and me, I'm sure.
I got into the X-Wing first.
You did, yes. Well, I was in the X-Wing first. Other things I got announced, man. Google put out their Stadia events. We're bouncing around. I'm sorry, but might as well talk about all the big releases.
Fucking my groove up, man.
Shut the fuck up. So their whole thing, it's like a streaming box, basically. Not a box. It's a box, but not a box. When it's a box, not a box. When it's a Google machine. So that didn't make sense. Their big whole thing is streaming. You can go from television to laptop to phone with seamless quality, 4K, almost 8K quality, 60 frames per second. It's super pie in the sky, especially for a lot of people. It really comes down to the internet.
Sounds
quality.
like the Ouya.
A lot of people were saying that.
I'm like, you're explaining to me, and I'm like, I have no interest in this because it sounds exactly like the Ouya, which I know you did.
I did pick one up, and it was basically my emulation machine for a little bit until the controller crapped out because it's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, which I'm sure will be happening to Stadia.
But again, it was an announcement for an announcement. That was it. There was no price structure yet. There's no real concept. There's not a lot of big names tied to the machine yet. But it's a thing. Google's in there, and it's Google. It's not like some sort of fucking fucked up company that's just trying in.
Right.
Soldier Boy's not releasing fucking the Soldier Boy 2 or something like that.
Google's big reveal wasn't the new Harry Potter mobile game?
No, it wasn't, Tom. I'm sorry.
I really thought it was.
I know you did.
I wanted it to be.
I know you did. Also, not on the list, Apple had a bunch of announcements, too. They have a
Apple Plus.
They got an Apple TV Plus, which is like their streaming subscription. Whatever. We're not talking about that right now because this is the game section of Blitzkrieg News. And what they announced was it's like Apple Arcade. It's a subscription service that you get into, and you can get all these games for free, no microtransactions, no ads, and you have access to X amount of games. Again, it was more of an announcement for an announcement. There's no list of games. There's no prices. There's nothing. But it's like they're throwing their hat in the race. Which, thinking about this, man, right before the Xbox One came out, Microsoft wanted to shake up the whole system, make their whole thing streamable and this and that, and everyone fucking hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are again. I would have to say, almost on the eve of a new generation coming out.
What a world.
And everyone is trying to, yeah, what a world. And everyone is trying to get their shit in. And, I mean, this is the future, man. When Xbox One wanted to announce that their system at the time was going to do all this wild, crazy shit, Fortnite didn't exist, PUBG didn't exist, all these games online that people love and they crave, and you can cross-play an Xbox One with a fucking cell phone, that didn't exist then. And this is here now. This is kind of where the thing is going. This is where the future's going. And I'm wrapping up, nation.
Not one, but 2 new Switch models coming.
Wall Street Journal had a rumor that you're going to get a light version of the Switch console and a Pro version. Pretty similar to how the 3DS split into the 2DS line of systems and the new 3DS line of systems.
Okay.
Any details? Guess what? We don't
Nope.
have any
Okay,
because
cool.
it's people just fucking talking.
So
out their
moving
ass.
along,
Yep.
Yacht Club Games to publish Cyber Shadow.
Yes, this was just announced for PAX East. It's a really cool looking ninja game coming out. That was also something in the Nindies and Ninja game. Katana Zero looks cool. But this game is called Cyber Shadow. What the fuck is it called?
You're right, Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow, sweet. They just got revealed as per recording today. It looks really neat. It's, you know, if you like The Messenger and Mark of the Ninja, man, ninjas are all over the place.
Cool.
Man. Ninjas are the new zombies.
Rumor alert!
Okay.
Woo, woo, woo. New Batman game coming this year. Villains may include the Court of Owls. Now, for the uneducated,
It's the Gotham Illuminati.
Magic the Gathering MMORPG coming from the company that did Neverwinter. That's pretty cool.
All right.
I enjoyed Neverwinter. I played it a little
All right.
bit. I just MMORPGs for me. It's just like, do I really want to sit there and grind forever?
I don't think you do.
I'll probably be re-downloading it because I'm lonely and no one loves me.
I love you.
I know, I love you too, baby. Kid Goku GT joining Fighter Z Super.
You like that, right? You like that?
Yeah.
All those little fucking bullshits in there.
And I hit them all. I hit them all. Fuck you.
And you can finally play as Goku in this fucking game. Yeah, he's Kid Goku from Dragon Ball GT, which is notable in the sense that he's the first GT character to be in this fucking game.
Not a starting character for this
Goku
game?
was in. Yeah, you had Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku,
But not regular.
Super Goku Base,
But not
Kid Goku.
okay.
No,
Not like Goku from Dragon
Ball. No,
Right.
to be fair, there's no Dragon Ball characters in the game.
Okay.
But this is the first GT character, and guess what? People fucking hate GT, so
Yeah.
this is kind of notable.
Not everyone hates GT.
Yeah, a lot of people hate GT.
Not a lot.
Super got a lot of the fan base back.
Yeah. Shang Tsung, voiced by
The actor who played him in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Word, thank you. Awesome. Kari Haruki Tagawa. To be...
Dude, I gave you a pass.
I know, I wanted to try,
All right.
and I failed. You know, first step to failure is trying.
You're right.
To be DLC in MK11.
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, really, the most notable thing is that they're reaching out to the actor who played him in the first
That's
movie.
pretty neat.
And he's reprising his role. I mean,
Okay.
he doesn't really look like him. But he just sounds. He's a voice acting.
Swallow your soul!
Your soul is mine.
Disney is
That's a
dusting
good
off the look. Yes, the first one is. Annihilation
Yeah.
is garbage.
Annihilation's bad.
Disney is dusting off the Lucasfilm Games brand.
So,
yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah,
It's pretty cute.
I mean, it's kind of it's kind of goes hand in hand with EA a little bit fumbling with the Star Wars license. Nothing's finalized because EA has a contract for all these fucking Star Wars games. Like, guess what? They're not fucking making. But they did put out. Thank you. They did put out a. Not a casting call. What am I trying to say? Trying to get people to job listings.
a net.
A net. They cast
Yes,
a net.
they're casting a net,
Sure.
if you will.
If I will.
Yes.
To get into their Lucasfilms game division, which is not the same as Lucas Games. Lucasfilm Games was the original video game step that LucasArts as a company took.
Look, I just read what
Lucasfilm.
you put on the teleprompter.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Something else that just broke today was Borderlands 3 was teased.
Yep. Again, another announcement for announcement. We're right by GDC and PAX East and all those other crap.
E3,
so,
all that
E3 is in a
garbage.
couple months, but like everyone's getting announcements
It's
for
right
announcements.
around the corner.
So it's around like 2 corners.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
We actually have comic news.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because we had what was it? CE2E, CEC, the Chicago.
I don't know.
Comics Expo.
Yes.
All right.
Legendary Comics announces Detective Pikachu graphic novel
There it
adaptation.
is.
They are just milking this thing.
Yeah,
like,
this new Pokemon thing.
They really are. It's gonna bank so much money. It's so
It's a fucking Pokemon guy.
it's so fucking dumb.
Oh boy.
New Silver Surfer series is hitting in June.
Cool.
It's gonna be called Silver Surfer Black, where he'll probably be fighting the Black Order.
Okay.
Because in Guardians of the Galaxy, it started off with the Black Order pretty much sent a bunch of cosmic heroes into a black hole.
Oh, all right.
So,
Neat.
Absolute Carnage is running wild in Marvel starting in July.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. This is going to be the next major Marvel thing.
That's pretty cool because and as a fan of Maximum Carnage back in the 90s, like there was a distinct lack of Marvel universe repercussions, you know what I mean? Like you had Captain America running around with Spider-Man, running around with Deathlock.
Yeah.
And Cloak and Dagger. Like
yeah.
Yeesh. So hopefully this is like, this is big time.
I kind of hope they get that band back together.
I'm not gonna lie. There has to be a couple good nods to.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know. At that convention, though, the main artist for Absolute Carnage did a bunch of sketches of Doppelganger.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Who knows?
Interesting. Jonathan Hickman coming back to Marvel, and yeah, that's right, Nation. It's going to be an X-Men story.
Who is
Jonathan Hickman is the one that he was writing on Fantastic Four for years.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that I believe killed off Johnny Storm, did that whole story. He is seen as one of the best writers.
What's he been doing? Do we know?
No.
Okay.
He just it was just announced that he was coming back to Marvel.
Okay.
And of course, Comixology was just like, we're gonna do a Jonathan Hickman sale, and I bid.
Sure.
I bid on that.
So he's doing X-Men books now.
It's gonna it's gonna
like
be
Powers of X and House of X.
Yeah.
Or some shit?
So
Right,
you know who's gonna be buying those?
Not me.
My dumb mutant loving ass.
Fucking mutant lover.
Muties. Moving on to movies.
Movies.
Big one right now, starting off hot. James Gunn rehired by Disney to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 after he's done with Suicide Squad reboot, though.
Yep.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah, that was a mouthful. Yeah, that was probably the biggest news that broke between the last episode and this episode. And
really? Well, and I think it broke what?
Probably like 2 days.
2 days after we
recorded
posted. Yeah,
posted, recorded, whichever.
Of course.
Yeah, huge news because it definitely is an awesome about face in a good way that Disney was able to do, and apparently Disney wasn't even in talks with anyone else.
Yeah, they were waiting for the heat to blow up.
To cool, absolutely.
So, and it's funny. There's one celebrity who's all pissy because everyone's like, yes, they forgave him, and Roseanne Barr's all pissy.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, there's a difference from what you did and what he did.
Right.
Get over it.
Right. Yeah, he said those things back in the day.
Yeah.
She said those things in 2018.
Yeah, exactly. 2021 is the earliest the X-Men and Fantastic Four could be in the MCU, with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool being the only carryover.
Actually, so something else happened between last episode and this episode, and it was the acquisition of all the Fox properties into Disney. So this was pretty much
the Merry
news
Mutants
that
and
we get.
Our first family come home, so we could skip etc. then.
Right. So this is going to be big, and does it really affect their Marvel's Phase 4 plans? We really don't know. Could you get something at the end of Endgame? I don't fucking know. We're going to find out in a couple weeks.
Ooh, Fantastic Four in Phase 4.
Whoa! Next.
Marvel eyeing Steven Yeun to play Shang-Chi. The name sounds familiar.
He's from The Walking Dead. And
he was Glenn.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's the one that got his fucking brain bashed in by Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character,
right.
Negan. Yeah.
He's Asian.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes.
All right, cool.
I'm sure people will bitch because I'm sure he's like Korean or something and not fully Chinese. So I'm sure wait for the butthurt.
Okay.
Taskmaster will be the villain in the Black Widow movie. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
See that fucking skull-hooded motherfucker? We're losing one shield. We need another shield-wielding guy.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know.
We
don't know.
I got a bad feeling.
We don't know yet.
Sony has big plans for our favorite web slinger.
We didn't talk about this last episode, but right before we recorded, Sony came out and saying that they have like 7 to 8 years planned of Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
In there, what the fuck do they even call it? Sony's universe of Marvel characters or some bullshit. I don't
Sony
know.
Spider-Verse.
But this does also incorporate movies and television. And they said they have big news coming up. Hasn't happened yet, at least as of recording.
Which, have you seen the set photo that surfaced from Morbius?
Mm-mm.
Truck that says Craven Industries.
That's stupid. That's stupid because
you hurt my feelings.
They're gonna have a Craven movie. Like, why even throw that in there? Throw fucking something else.
Maybe he shows up at the end.
Maybe he's a pastry chef. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Ezra Miller writing a darker script for Flash with Grant Morrison.
Maybe.
Last I heard is he bounced because he's like, man, I'm not happy.
Who, Ezra Miller?
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Oh, well, the story that who the fuck knows? We don't do research on this fucking episode or show. What I heard was that he was trying to punch up the script so he could stay on because he really did, want to be the Flash.
Ugh.
So
worst Flash ever, like on God's green earth. And I'll fight anyone that wants to argue with me on this. You can get me on Twitter at Tommy_Cash, and that's Cash with a K. Ezra Miller, I'm looking at you, you little bitch. Terminator Dark Fate coming November 2019.
And it's done by James Cameron.
Okay.
So there you go, cool. Another Terminator movie. Can't speak.
James Cameron's on board now, so.
Yeah, sure, because everything he touches is great.
Well.
Made a lot of money, but it's garbage.
Bill and Ted 3 coming summer 2020. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for this.
I never saw Bill and Ted.
Really?
Yeah.
Either of them?
Either.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
I have a Bill and Ted shirt I have from Loot Crate. That's the furthest I've ever gotten. I might have seen the cartoon. They had a cartoon, right?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
Everything, dude. Everything in like the fucking 80s that was like, I'm sure Bill and Ted wasn't really for kids.
Yeah.
Like RoboCop. RoboCop had a cartoon.
Yeah, that was not for kids.
That show was not for kids.
No. He shot motherfuckers in the face.
And in the dick, didn't he?
Yeah, dick, knees, asshole. He shot them everywhere. New Star Wars trilogy to take place during Old Republic era.
This is kind of a rumor. This is done by the Game of Thrones Davids, the showrunners for the Game of Thrones.
D.B. Weiss.
And Davidson. I don't remember.
Boygan.
Sure. So this is going to take during the Old Republic era, which is pretty cool because it stems you far, far away from all the Skywalker stuff, and they can make their own story.
They're going to work the Skywalkers in there.
The Star Wars universe is a great, big, beautiful universe that a lot other things happen besides Darth Vader.
Rogue One, proof and point.
Yes, thank you. Even though Darth Vader had a fucking kick-ass scene. You know what I mean, Nation.
Yes.
Nation, you're smart. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You know what I mean.
Next. This just broke. Angelina Jolie to star in The Eternals. Yeah. Which will be, I believe, the movie that's kicking off Phase 4.
Well, I don't know about kicking off, but it's probably going to be one of the big showpieces of Phase 4. Again, we're going to have an entire episode about Phase 4. Don't you worry, Nation. It will be out of date by the time we post it.
I'm already excited for that episode.
We got some time. Don't worry.
Trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Yeah, here we go. Some good trailers came out.
For movies.
Trailers came out.
For movies.
Trailers came out.
For movies.
Trailers.
For movies.
Trailers.
For movies.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. Also...
I love it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie.
Sure.
Intriguing. Takes place during the 70s. Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate. So it's going to be during the Charles Manson murders and such. So
sure.
Look,
obviously, and it has Leonardo DiCaprio and
Brad Pitt
and stuff like that.
Michael Madsen's in it.
Dude plays Bruce Lee.
Yeah, and people wanted him for Shang-Chi.
I saw him in one fucking clip.
I don't know, he kind of looked like Bruce Lee, which is pretty badass.
All right, cool.
Moving on to TV.
Uh-huh.
Parks and Rec crew reunite at PaliFest.
I saw a little bit of this.
It made me happy to see. It really did, because like they're always just so happy to be together.
I'm trying to think. I saw pictures of it, and it seemed like the entire cast was there.
Yes, everyone was there.
From everyone from like fucking Retta, who played. What the fuck is her name? Oh my god, Donna. Thank you.
Meagle Regal.
To Chris Pratt, baby.
Yeah.
Pratt. Like, yeah, everyone.
To Rob Lowe, to Adam Scott,
Sure.
Which is very cool.
Polo, Rashida Jones.
Yep. I was happy to see that.
Yes, very good.
Supernatural ending with season 15. The juggernaut that everyone thought could never be stopped is just finally just throwing in the towel. It's been on for 15 fucking years.
Pretty lengthy.
Yeah, and I'm actually almost caught up on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty stoked about that.
Cool.
Neon Genesis Evangelion hitting Netflix June 21st.
Yep, so we finally got a release date. That was good, man. Finally got a release date.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be new dubbed and stuff like that. So, cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never seen it. We'll probably, I definitely put it on my list.
Never to be watched again.
Who knows?
New Strange Things trailer, even though this should be in trailer talk, because it is a trailer.
But this was show, right?
Yeah, it's still a trailer, and you mark it as trailer talk, so all trailers should be able to go there. But that's neither here nor there.
No, because it's trailer talk is under the movies
Doesn't
subsection.
Matter. You're wrong.
It does matter.
You're wrong.
It does matter.
Don't censor me, cunt. Sorry, didn't need to drop the C-bomb.
It is what it is, brother.
It's my shame.
It looks cool.
It does.
I gotta rewatch it again, but
I've watched it a couple of times.
It looks very good.
Yes.
And I am happy.
And it looks like they're trying to make stop trying to make Will Byers a thing. Byers. Just stop. I don't care that he's crying in the trailer.
It's always crying.
I'm glad he's crying. He should have stayed in the Upside Down. Fuck him. And
harsh words.
And his family.
Harsh words. To a preteen.
Wrestling
news.
WWE to move out of their Titan Towers HQ, which they have been there since the dawn of time.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they're just like moving down the block or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you've ever driven up the I-95 coming out of New York,
you see that
hitting
flag.
up Connecticut, you see that flag, and any wrestling fan is just like, ooh, what's that? Like, you're never gonna stop because it's nothing. It's a fucking office building. But
exactly.
It's like, ooh, so that's pretty cool. End of an era. That's it.
Sure.
I don't know. DX is gonna have to fucking vandalize another building, I guess.
I guess so. And we're gonna be touching this next week, but I just wanted to, the triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship match will be the main event at WrestleMania.
That's pretty huge.
Now, hold on. They're saying main event.
Yes.
They're not saying it's going to close the show.
Exactly. That's this nebulous term, main event.
Exactly.
Air quotes. Is it the final? Is it the final match?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is the pay-per-view going to end with? So this was also something that just happened on Tuesday. We're recording on a Wednesday. Charlotte Flair beats Asuka for the SmackDown.
So, can Becky pin either? And become champion?
Well, not necessarily, because the match is going to be for the Raw Women's Championship.
Are they putting Asuka in there?
I don't think so.
They should.
I think you're going to end WrestleMania 35. What did we say?
This is 35.
35. Charlotte with the SmackDown title, Becky with the Raw title, Sasha and Bayley with the tag titles.
And Ronda Rousey crying.
Yeah, probably. And a heap of her own blood.
And trying to get the MMA 4 horsewomen.
Maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe.
So that's pretty cool, but again, more talk about that next
hold
next
on
time.
To your butts, Nation.
Yeah. It's going to be a bumpy ride next week. So, my dud of the show is Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham.
Oh, okay.
Because
like fucking preacher guy.
No, he's dead. He's just like, it's a joke and a disgrace that Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston have a match for the WWE title. It's like, dude, you were just such a sour veteran that couldn't really go anywhere. Like, dude, look up Billy Graham's career. What the fuck has he done? You know, what the fuck? Like, dude, you're useless. You wore tie-dye, which, hey, Jesse Ventura called. He wanted his shtick back. You rip-off fuck. No, fuck that. I stick by what I say. He ripped off Jesse Ventura. Because Jesse Ventura is 100 times better than Superstar Billy Graham. And that is Tom's Dud of the Week. Show.
Week show. It's been a week show.
Chris, what have you been up to? Give my vocal cords a break.
Yeah,
Chris, I need them.
Yeah, Tommy.
Just keep touching the screen every so often.
I'll touch it. So, Pokemon report.
They're all dead.
Yeah, it's really bad. Nope. I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. For those uninitiated, I have 5 badges. Yep. Here's the deal. I'm in a position right now in this game where I've played every Pokemon generation. Okay? I've not played every game, but I've, been up on the Pokemon stuff, okay?
Okay.
And I feel like I should be able to steamroll through this game because I've just play it and I always hit the stab boost and all that shit. That's same type attack bonus, by the way. And I'm doing pretty good, but I feel like my team just isn't there. And I'm having a difficult time. And I wish I could grind a little easier with battles and stuff like that, but because like the catching mechanics are so new and different to me, it's kind of hard to boost my team up.
Okay.
And
do you have the Pokeball controller?
I do, yeah. That thing is such a gimmick.
Trash.
Yeah, it's not. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. Like it has like the HD rumble in it, and the buttons light up. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff. It's not cheap at all, but it's just not something for me. And I play handheld, pretty much a very lack of motion control. So I'm really not going to be playing around with a little Pokeball controller, even though. And I did actually sync up Pokemon Go to it, so I can get some. Excuse me. I can get a sweet Dragonair from that because I feel like I want to have a Dragonite in my team.
Okay.
A nice strong dragon in my team, in addition to Charizard, who I nicknamed Torch, and Dragonair is nicknamed MC Dragon. Yeah, I'm doing that.
You're like a 5-year-old.
Yeah. But I'm still keeping at it. It's just I keep hitting road bumps. You know what I mean?
Roadblocks?
Not roadblocks. I'm not blocked. I'm just hitting bumps in the road. So I'm just like I can't just get a nice smooth momentum going.
Okay.
It's just little bits that I'm just like, all right, this is. Kind
I've
of
always felt like that with Pokemon. Like I've tried playing Pokemon so many times where I'm like, I hit a road bump and I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Right.
But then again,
I would say is a roadblock.
I've never quit a game.
Yeah, sure. That's okay. A lie.
Never.
And you know what's funny? Like the last one I played before this was Pokemon Sun, I believe, and that was just so different in the formula that it kind of made me a little tired of Pokemon. And I feel like I always say that every time. Like I think the last one I really was super into was X and Y, which was 2 generations ago. The first one for 3DS. You don't care. I'm just talking.
No, I tried playing X and Y, and I was like,
because I felt like that was one of the first approachable ones after what was before that, Black and White or something like that, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Like that was the first one that was. I felt like truly opened up. Like it gave you 2 different types of starters. EXP share was up, and it looked nice. It looked pretty.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. I never gave a fuck about Pokemon. I enjoyed the cartoon.
Clearly, still don't.
I enjoyed the cartoon, and
Right.
that's about as far as it went.
Okay.
And then
that's
even
cool.
that, I was like, okay, enough. I don't give a fuck about Ash.
Sure.
You
Ash is kind of a
suck.
jabroni. But yeah, I'm gonna keep at it. Hopefully, get some more progress next episode, Nation. Game wise, also, I've been catching up on some Nintendo Switch demos. So a couple weeks ago, a Yoshi's Crafted World, which I believe that game is out now,
Yes.
when it posts. Time Paradox. A demo came out, and the game looks cute.
It does. From
But-
what I saw the trailer on the boob tube.
On the boob tube.
On the boob tube.
Okay. I played the game though, demo wise, and it is just it's kind of slow. Like, I mean, Yoshi platformers aren't really the fastest. It's definitely not like a Sonic or anything like that, and it's not like
Well,
almost
it's not.
jumpy, rhythmical like Donkey Kong Countries, and it's not as high tier as a Mario platformer. They are traditionally a little slow because like the whole egg mechanic and the secrets and stuff like that. But I was playing it and I'm just like I felt like it was just like what am I even doing? Like it was cute. And the mechanic of going from left to right in one stage is interesting, and then you go from right to left. And the aesthetic is awesome. Like, it's adorable. Like, the entire world is all paper craft, and, there's cardboard tubes everywhere, and there's, like, little boxes of cookies, and, like, when you're going on the other side, then you see, like, all the stickers and all the nutrition facts. Like, it's cute. It's very cute. It's not for me. And I loved Woolly World when it was out on this Wii U.
Okay.
I thought that was probably one of the better Yoshi platformers since Yoshi's Island. Which I really just kind of want to play Yoshi's Island, I guess, is what I'm saying. You look thrilled. I also, via the Japanese Nintendo Switch eShop, which, if you don't know how to do it, just Google it, I played the demo for Crypt of the Necrodancer, because that was the game that is tying into the game. I didn't even fucking say the title of the goddamn name. Cadence of Hyrule. That's the mashup of Crypt of the Necrodancer and Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Cadence of Hyrule. And I wanted to know what this game was all about. This game is a... How do I even explain it? Rhythm-based.
Nope.
Dungeon crawling.
Nope.
Roguelike. Yeah.
You lost me at rhythm base.
You know what? I would have lost me at rhythm base. But it's actually kind of interesting. Maybe I'll have you play it a little bit.
Okay.
All right. You son of a boy.
I will give it a shot before I piss on it.
Okay. So the Crypt of the Necrodancer, if you don't know it, the main character falls into a crypt, a cave, and they have to dig their way out. It's procedurally generated. It's a roguelike, so you go around, you pick up items for your run, and if you die, you end up back at a lobby. And all the money and, well, really all the jewels you accumulate in your runs, you can buy permanent upgrades. Any monies you buy basically help increase your run. Any monies.
Eddie money.
Not Eddie money.
Okay.
Any money.
Okay. Eddie money.
Say it with me. Any
Eddie.
money. You gotta blow your nose or something? You sound like you have a cold.
Any money.
Any money.
Eddie money.
Any money that you have is going to increase your run, so, like, get you better weapons or get your better defense or shit like that. And it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Tom, did you ever play Rogue Legacy? I know I suggested it probably years ago. I played it on the Vita, and I think it came out for PS4. I know your brother played it.
Oh, yeah, I watched him play.
Okay.
And you.
Right.
Okay.
So the whole premise is that you kind of keep building yourself up for one good run, and if you die, you try to accumulate all the skills and experience and shit you have to get further and further and further. You know what I mean?
So kind of like getting all the gold when you die in Shovel Knight. That's about the best I could.
If every time you entered a level in Shovel Knight, it was a brand new level. Procedurally generated. No? Alright.
I don't like that.
You know what? I'd like to think I don't like that either, but it's kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all I've been playing. Me and my girlfriend finished up Season 5 of Arrested Development. Really nothing to report. It still has...
Much like that show.
Not true.
Nothing to report. Good ever.
It had some good moments, but it's really kind of wearing thin a little bit. I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
Are you finally seeing the light?
No. Because Season 1 and 2 are super strong.
Season 1. Super strong.
Season 2 is also strong.
No.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
I've gone back and I've actually watched Season 2.
Okay, cool. So, your opinion...
is correct.
No.
That's how it works.
It's what it is. It's your opinion.
No.
Yes.
What I say.
This is a high-energy show. High-energy show.
Correct.
You know what, Tom? Shut the fuck up and tell me what you've been up to. You
what?
bastard.
Guess what we're talking about on this episode?
Arrested Development.
Some motherfucking Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Thank
God.
Amazing Spider-Man Hunted has started.
Tid. Okay.
It's pretty good. What it is,
Got it in 2.
Huh?
Got it in 2.
Yes. It's there's only 3 books out, right? 4 books. The 4th one came out today.
Okay.
And what it started off in Amazing Spider-Man 16. And Kraven apparently went fucking crazy and made clones of himself.
Okay, I did hear about that.
With the High Evolutionary. So he decided to...
God.
Yeah.
You said there was a High Evolutionary.
Well, he was in the Savage Land, so...
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so he decides to send out his kids with a letter, hunt, you hunt this, Joe Bob, you hunt this,
right.
And you hunt this, Kravinoff Jr., and yada, yada, yada. Only one of them came back.
Did you read this or no?
I did.
Okay, and those are the only names that you could have come up with that clearly cannot be in the game.
Or Joseph.
In the fucking comic.
Or Joseph with an S. S-E-F. Joseph. J-O-S-E-F. That's how Russians say it.
Joseph with an F.
Joseph. Yeah, same thing. I said Joseph. So, the one that's like closest to Kraven, he comes back.
Okay.
And he's just like, he comes back with a bag, and Kraven's like, what's in the bag? And he throws the bag, and it's his siblings' heads.
Oh, okay, cool.
Apparently his hunting project was to hunt his brothers down.
Okay, cool. That's how you...
So he is now... So Kraven is gathering a bunch of rich people to hunt villains who have animal totems. Like the Rhino, Vulture,
Beetle.
Yeah, exactly.
Lizard.
You have Taskmaster...
Okay.
And Black Ant.
Alright,
Who is Eric O'Grady, who was Ant-Man for a little while.
Okay.
Who's an ex-SHIELD agent.
Okay.
Kidnapping these guys.
Alright.
The Lizard is involved. The Lizard's son runs away. Spider-Man tries to save him. I'm sorry, Black Cat. Black Cat tries to save him. And she ends up like... She starts remembering everything about Spider-Man now.
Right, yeah, I saw about that too.
Dude, that's one of the most heartbreaking things, like...
Right, yeah, because her memory was wiped from Brand New Day.
Exactly, but then when it was revealed, like...
Post-Civil War.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like... She's remembering everything that her and Spider-Man and Peter Parker, shared and meant... And it's the most heartbreaking thing, because you see her just like deteriorating. Like if you ever lost like someone like you absolutely love, like the one that got away, like that's what you see. And but
not only that, but this is years of just like being like just damned back in her head.
Exactly.
Burst. Yeah.
So the last one ended with
spoiler.
You're not gonna read it until it's in graphic novel. Shut the fuck up. Huh? Last one ends where Spider-Man gets knocked out by Kraven's son, last remaining son.
Joe Bob?
No, Yusuf.
Oh, Yusuf.
And but he wakes up in the black suit.
Okay.
Because the Kraven officer are obsessed with Spider-Man in the black suit.
Oh yeah, sure.
And he's getting attacked by
Sauron,
a bunch of other animal totem rogues.
Okay.
From his gallery. So
Tarantula.
I am looking forward to the newest episode. Issue came out.
I called it a game. It's fine.
Yeah. Came out this today.
Okay.
As of recording.
That's my boy.
And I am looking forward to picking it up.
Cool.
I also read the Marvel Universe vs. Wolverine. There's a cannibalistic plague that is infecting the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
So Wolverine has teamed up with the big brains of the Marvel Universe.
I thought there was a character called Big Brain.
Your Reed Richards, your T'Challa, Hank Pym, Beast. Spider-Man was the first one to get infected.
Okay.
The Hulk is infected.
Okay.
So it's like Captain America ends up getting infected, and then Punisher has to put a bullet in the back of Captain America's head, and it's one of the most heartbreaking things to to watch. Very cool. If you get a chance, if you find it, read it. I definitely recommend it.
Did you read the whole thing?
I did. I finished it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It came out in 2011.
Oh, geez.
So
Okay.
7 years too late. That's our rule.
Eh.
Yeah, 2011 is 8 years too late. Me no good with math. Sorry.
Don't apologize to me.
I also finally watched Get Out.
Yeah.
This was good. I really enjoyed this, and it was odd. There were parts I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
The dude from Office Space. Have you seen my stapler?
Oh yeah, right.
That was Milton.
Oh shit, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Who played
I
the
saw
blind
fucking game? Wow. What's
movie.
wrong with me? Thank you. Like last February.
He, I understand it was a scummy thing for him to be a part of, but at the same time, he just kind of wanted to see the world. Like, I get it, and I'm a bad person for kind of being like, you really can't be mad at him. It's a scum thing to do, because he technically is killing someone.
Right, yeah.
Taking someone's soul.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if I had someone who could get me the skinny jean, guess what? Sorry, dude.
Wow.
I'll take you.
Wow. Tom, did you not learn anything from this movie, Get Out?
Nope.
Alright.
Cool. I also have started listening to a Stephen King book called 11/22/63.
Okay. This is not based off.
It's a
of, but
Hulu.
There's a Hulu show.
It's a
right,
Hulu.
with,
It's the
your boy
Hulu
James
show
Franco.
based off of the book. Yes.
It's the audiobook based off the book that has been adapted into a Hulu show.
Anyway, this is if you
Starring James Franco.
if you like time travel,
Okay.
this is a book for you.
All right.
The main character,
James Franco.
Jake Epping.
Franco. Oh.
He travels back because he gets this. He assigns this assignment to his GED class,
Okay.
and this one guy who's kind of dim-witted,
Mm-hmm.
he writes this beautiful essay about the night that his well, not beautiful, but moving essay about the night that his father killed his family.
Oh, okay.
And he was the sole survivor.
All right.
And so the guy who, and there's another guy who runs the a diner. He has this portal that can go travel to time.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much 11/22/63 was the date when JFK was assassinated.
Right. Yes.
So he's, they want to try to stop the Kennedy assassination. So, but first to make sure that if I change something in the past, what does it do to the future?
Sure.
So he
Yep.
travels back to Derry, which is where it takes place.
Oh yeah. That's where that sounds familiar.
And this is after, the kids have beaten Pennywise. He
Okay.
runs into Richie and Beverly,
Huh. Okay.
and they mention the turtle, which I don't know if you're...
The fucking turtle god or some
Yeah,
shit. Oh.
they mentioned the turtle, so there are other parts that they mentioned Shawshank. They mention
So it's a big fucking Stephen
Haven.
King wank fest.
he wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
it's him going- it's
my
him-
works are so
No,
good.
it's
turtle
him
god.
revisiting stuff.
All right.
It's him revisiting his past works.
Sure.
But
But what was the point of that?
well, because he
Besides,
wants.
wink, wink. Hey, remember Pet Cemetery?
Well, no,
That?
because the dim-witted janitor who wrote the essay,
Uh-huh.
he lived in Derry.
Okay.
If you would have let me get to that. So he was trying to stop the killing of his family from his father.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
Again, if you let me get to it, I'll get there
You
eventually.
needed to be reeled in.
No. You interrupted, which was uncalled for.
I apologize.
You should.
Fuck.
It is a really good book if you enjoy time travel.
I do enjoy time travel.
You won't read it, though, because
I won't read
it does have words on paper.
Is it like a... Can I watch it somehow?
I believe you can go onto Hulu, and James Franco plays Jake Epping.
Okay, great.
Who's the main character. And I've also been playing the Spider-Man DLC, Turf Wars.
Okay.
Which involves Hammerhead and the police. Well, no, because he was
That's
like
my
targeting...
favorite. No, when I remember when Sting went solo, Hammerhead took over.
Sting.
Yes. You got there.
I hate you. It was very cool. Bitch, man, like, and that's all I'm gonna say, because you have 1 month. You have 1 month until spoilers. If at our first show in May, you are not.
That's a busy month.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I will give you till the end of May.
All right, appreciate that.
Our first show in June, and you don't have a decent amount of Spider-Man done. Shit's getting spoiled, son.
I kind of already know something that happens.
What?
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because you have respect for me to not say any spoilers, so I am going to return the favor.
Oh, the respect's dying out, though.
But you still have it. And I'm not...
Until June.
Have respect to the nation, and I'm not going to say anything.
Because that game's been out for 6 months. It's been out for 6 months. Actually, did it come out in...
It came out in October, no? So 5 months.
You're not helping your case.
No, I'm not. I appreciate Tom.
You've been watching fucking Spider-Man, but God forbid you should fucking play as him.
Listen, I like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man.
Huh?
I like Spider-Man. Speaking of playing,
obviously
Tom,
you don't.
Speaking of playing, what else are you playing?
What else am I playing?
What else have you been playing? Let's talk about it on the podcast, buddy boy. Jesus, it's gonna be fucking long.
Turf War. What else have I been playing?
A little Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah.
Air your grievances on what's going on there.
Well, no, because you've never played it, so I can't.
But I know of it. You're having issue with Mr. X.
Yeah,
who's this tyrant BOW motherfucker that just.
Yo, and it's creepy because you gotta listen for his footsteps.
Right.
And it is the most haunting thing. So I actually dropped the game as Leon, and I'm playing as Claire now.
Right.
So I've started the game completely over.
Yeah. Which is fine. It happens.
And she has a Magnum, so it makes killing things so much fucking easier.
I gotta definitely hook you up to stream, because that would be enjoyable.
I know.
For the
But
nation.
I think it would be more fun with you there for commentary, though,
sure,
too.
yeah, definitely.
So,
but, like, there's times where I can't do that, so, you know, I shouldn't have to...
figure it out.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to hold you back.
Well, I'm glad you finally...
I said that. That was the first fucking thing I said in the goddamn episode.
No, it was, it's a beautiful, fun game. It is.
It looks great.
And I'm
enjoying...
something
I'm going to pick up this year.
Dude, there was this one part where it was just like, oh, you got to run through the kennels.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to be fucking shitting me. And they're all...
And nothing bad happens.
And they're all... You know, the dogs are locked up. They're zombified, but they're locked up. This guy at work, he's just like, dude, you should have just gone up to the cages that the dogs are in and just pop them. So guess what? When you unlock everything, the dogs don't come at you. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that makes a lot of sense. Like, ding! Because I don't know, like, you know...
I'm not gonna lie, when I was playing Resident Evil Revelations 2, there was a portion that took place in, like, a prison, whatever.
And you hear the dogs.
You were able to... No, not the dogs. You were able to see, like, zombies in cells. And I did try shooting them, and it would not work. So I don't doubt...
There is a part where...
trying to do that, and it wouldn't work, or whatever.
There is a part where there's a bunch of zombies in cells, and I'm like, alright, when I go down there as Claire, they're just getting a grenade. They're getting a grenade... Like, because I know... Because Leon gets the shotgun.
Okay.
She gets the grenade launcher.
Okay.
Because, Claire, you Amazon, take this. No, that's from the first one. Jill, you Amazon. The helicopter.
Master of unlocking.
Yeah. Fucking, I was just like, why the fuck am I called an Amazon?
Like, there's just lack of anything better to say.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
All right.
And, yeah.
And that's it?
That's all I've been up to.
Sweet. All right, Nation, like we mentioned, we're going to have a Game of Thrones discussion. So, we're finished with all this Rude Boys, standard, bunch of bull crap, and we're going to throw it to a panel of experts in our extended, super, feature-length edition of Got. Thank you, boys. And this is our Game of Thrones panel right now. Allow myself to introduce myself. I'm King Sherm. First is my name, Lord of the Andiles, King of the Rude Men, Eater of Tacos, and Protector of the Rude Nation. To my right, Queen Bonnie, first of her name, Hugger of Dogs, my Lioness, my Sun and Moon, the Khaleesi to my Khal, the Eager to my Jon, and the Cersei to my Jaime?
Ew.
Gross.
And to my left, Hand of the King, Lord Tom of Casterly Rock. First of his name, Master of Duds and Hater of Things. Welcome, my esteemed panel.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having me.
Yes,
Thank you for that
yes.
beautiful intro.
Yes, thank you. From the PoliteGirlz, obviously, my girlfriend Bonnie. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking Game of Thrones. We are right here, right at the final season of Game of Thrones. It's been a
time.
It's been a time.
It's been quite 8 years.
It's been quite an 8 years, yep. So we got a couple topics we want to talk about. We want to try to... we've been doing this whole Got segment for a couple weeks now, just based on a recap. Bonnie and I, like I've mentioned on previous episodes, we've rewatched the entire series again. Tom's shaking his head.
To my dismay.
We would clobber seasons in a weekend. In a 24-hour span.
No, I understand, but, you came up with this whole idea and everything, and I was just like...
And then we took the bull.
Yeah, obviously.
Definitely. So... We haven't really heard a lot from Bonnie as far as her Game of Thrones stuff. You've read the books.
I have read the books.
You've read the books, so you are our educated voice in this panel.
Tom
Definitely.
read them too.
Tom read them too,
Yes.
but you are our educated voice in this panel. So, show-wise, you and I watched at the same time. We think we binge-watched 1 through 4 seasons, and then we picked it up at season 5. And then probably binge-watched the rewatch and this and that, so we are all up to date, obviously. Do you have any boys in this? Do you have any people, your boys, your girls, you know what I mean? Like, not main characters, but, like, people you root for, your fan favorites.
I would say my favorite is the Hound.
Yes.
I love the Hound.
If you know Bonnie, that is no secret. She loves the Hounds.
Does she? I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I want to climb him like a tree.
while he says
Sorry,
yard.
babe.
All right, that's fine. I mean, that's why I half dressed up like him at Halloween that year.
That's true. You just weren't tall enough. That's the thing.
And you wouldn't let me burn your face.
No, thank you for that. I wouldn't commit to that.
Well,
Also, I don't think I shaved really for that either. Whatever. It's all good. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Missandei too.
Oh, okay.
okay.
She's good. She's like very like Daenerys' best friend, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Female best friend, sorry.
Her right-hand lady.
Jorah. Right.
Jam-
Jorah would be a boy, I would think.
Oh.
Yeah, Jorah would be a boy.
Jorah's up there.
Which I'm very surprised that she wasn't named Hand to Daenerys.
She doesn't really have any political know-how. She's just like BFF. She could help her make like small decisions, but when it comes to like the politics,
Yeah, she definitely. Yeah,
She really
I think
doesn't
Daenerys
know.
definitely needed someone who versed in Westeros culture, and Tyrion is your best bet for that one.
It makes that makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah.
Tyrion ineligible to be a boy because he's just too main of a character.
Yeah.
He's too main of a character. Mine would be any more, Bonnie? I'm so sorry. Okay, mine would be Sir Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, love everything he does. He can do no wrong. Bronn of the Blackwater, Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. Hopefully he gets his castle. Hopefully. I don't think he's gonna. I really hope. Man, it was tight in that last season where he was gonna shoot the dragon.
Yeah, that
was like,
was close. I did not know who to root for in that
exactly.
scene. I was just screaming.
That, and I gotta talk about that. That was my theory leading up to this whole final season. And Podrick. I love Podrick.
Podrick Payne.
Podrick Payne, I love him so much. He's my precious boy.
Golden
He's my
tipped Patrick.
He's my baby boy.
Patrick, no. Just pack him a lunch and send him to school. Like, he's so cute.
I agree with you. Braun of Blackwater, just fantastic.
I love Braun, yeah.
He's
Especially
just
when he's with Tyrion or Jaime.
yeah, because Lannisters could be a little too big for their britches,
Sure.
and he does not have a problem about knocking them down a peg at all, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Davos as well, because just everything he did with Stannis, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Stannis was my boy.
Yeah,
but
if anyone is going to kill Melisandre, it's going to be him.
Okay.
I really feel that if anyone's going to ice her, it's going to be him.
I feel like, she's probably in a safer spot right now than I don't think she's gonna see
she was
any
last in
trouble.
Dragonstone, right?
Yes.
When we last saw her?
Yes.
Because they all left for the north then.
Then she met up with Daenerys last season when they got to Dragonstone, basically.
Right, but Davos didn't see her, right?
Correct.
If I remember, because Davos would probably run her through.
Absolutely.
She was hiding from Jon.
That too, yeah, because Jon laid down the wall.
Yeah.
Any more boys?
I honestly, I have a girl. I can never pronounce her name. Theon's sister. I like.
Yara?
Yeah,
Yara, right.
I like her because, you know what?
Or Asha in the books.
That's a good segue.
She just speaks how it is. Like when she went to Daenerys, when Daenerys went to them, and she was just like, all right, well, what will you give me? And she's like, I have men and whatnot. She's like, I don't want men, and I was just like, you're really cool. Like she's very cool, calm, collective, under pressure.
She speaks her mind. Yeah,
exactly.
And
which
she's
is
a little
what
rough around the edges. I
Yeah.
guess. As opposed to everyone trying to be prim and proper and speak because of politics or whatever.
Oh,
legacy.
no,
She's
not
just like fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, now the Ironborn don't give a shit.
Right.
Do we even know where she is right now?
She got captured by the uncle.
But
Euron.
we haven't seen her since, right? So we don't even know. Like,
She's-
I'm sure I think she's alive.
Yeah,
She's
We
in
don't
the
know for
dungeon.
sure.
She's in the dungeons right now.
Probably, I'd imagine.
Probably.
That. Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they dragged her into King's Landing, right?
Yeah,
Red
because
Keep?
the uncle was paraded her into the throne room.
And then that was the last we saw of her.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So, that's right, because Theon wants to get a fleet to save her.
Yes.
Oh, Theon. I love... You know what? He's
No.
one of my boys.
You know what?
Theon.
I'm gonna,
Love Theon.
okay, just on Theon, rewatching everything, his entire arc of being, a sniveling little bitch to trying to be too big for his britches and doing all this shit that was way above his reach to getting completely lower than dirt, and then slowly making his way back up. Like, I feel like he's going to do definitely something heroic. And you're going to be just like, you know what, Theon? Finally, you did something good for you. Even if that is his own life.
That scene in the book, as we know, in the books, Sansa is not taken by Ramsay. It's actually Jane Poole, her childhood best friend.
Right.
And Theon helps rescue her.
Okay,
and
so
there's
similar
that
to in the
scene,
show, but like...
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that scene in the book where he remembers his name is Theon. That, to me, was so powerful because, every scene with him, he didn't even, know what his name is anymore. And he was, he made it a point,
So
I can't remember, I can't remember.
Snapping.
And then it, came back. He's like, you have to remember your name. It's Theon. And it was like, oh, fuck yeah. That was so good.
Him saving Sansa, though, in the show was his only saving grace to why Jon said it. He goes, the only reason you're still alive is because of what you did for Sansa.
Sure, yeah.
It's because I think at that point did Jon still believe that Rickon and Bran were dead?
Probably, yeah. He probably did until...
At Dragonstone?
Does he even know that? No, he does know...
Well, he knows Rickon's dead now.
That's right.
Because he doesn't have a Serpentine.
He does know Bran's alive.
Yeah, because I
he
think...
got a letter. He's like, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought all this... I thought...
Probably when he got to Winterfell.
I thought they all met up in Winterfell.
No, Jon never...
John's not there yet.
No, Jon...
So,
Jon was there with Sansa, Jon left, and then Arya and...
Bran
showed up. Well, not together, but...
Well, yes, correct.
Yeah.
And I think Sansa wrote him a letter, I believe, saying they're both...
So,
I know she wrote him a letter definitely saying at least one of them was there, which is probably Bran because he was there first. So I think it was probably both. I don't recall exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I've seen the show 19 times, you'd think I would know.
That's one of those things, man. You just keep missing shit. Like, it's just so much. It's so dense, this
and the way,
culture and lore and everything.
Love it. The way Bran treated Marina? Is that her name?
Marina.
Fuck.
Oh, the...
Mira,
thank you.
Mira
Wow.
Reed.
Yeah, the way he treated her in the show pissed me off.
Well, he was so...
He's not Bran anymore.
Yeah,
I know.
He just, became, a higher plane and lost a lot of himself. A lot of Dr. Manhattan, you know what I mean? Just like completely lost his humanity.
Too big for his britches.
Sees the bigger picture.
Say that one more time.
Nope, it's going to be a recurring theme, Bonnie. Get over it.
Might be the title.
But yeah, like, as we know, like, in the books, Bran actually really liked Mary, had a crush on her. It doesn't really focus on that in the show.
No.
But
they didn't have a chance to in the show, really.
Yeah, it was kind of rushed a little bit, which I'm fine with. But he had feelings for her. So the fact that it's showing that he doesn't even, like, really know her well, like, he doesn't care enough about her to even show sympathy. It just shows you how far he's come.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. The thing I like about the books, Hodor's still alive.
Okay, so we'll get right into that. The biggest thing about this topic that I want to address right now is the main differences between the show and the books.
Okay. I
have not read a single page. I have not listened to a single goddamn thing in the audiobooks, so I am completely clueless outside of anything that I've learned via osmosis from you two. Or the internet, but, I mean, you know.
What's the internet?
It's just like a series of tubes or something.
Okay, cool.
So, tell me, guys, what is, like, the biggest gaping holes from Game of Thrones that was in the Song of Ice and Fire? Thank you. Finally got it right.
The biggest one, not the biggest, but the most interesting is Lady Stoneheart.
Yes.
The absence
that
of
sounds super
Stoneheart.
Cool, and I wish that happened.
So the Lady Stoneheart is the essentially reanimated corpse of Catelyn Stark, who is on a mission to kill all the Freys and get revenge.
That's fucking awesome. Writes itself.
She can't really speak because her throat was slit to the bone. Yeah. She sounds like a monster, and she's terrifying. She's got scratches all down her face.
Because she was, like, thrown down the river, so her face just got beat.
Actually, when she watched her son die, she scratched the skin off her own face
Jesus.
in horror. Yes.
You're right, yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. So that is... I mean, granted, in the show, they made Arya kind of a little bit of a Lady Stoneheart. Like, she avenged her family with the Freys, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
That was.
Well,
I know you love Arya, Tom, so
I really do.
In the books, though, where's Arya? Did she make it back to Westeros?
She was still in Braavos.
She's still in Braavos. I think the last time we saw her, she was blinded, right?
Yeah, she was still blind in Braavos,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they're pretty far behind with the books.
Okay. Yeah, well, because George R. R. Martin decided...
You leave him alone.
Well, no, he
built this world.
Yes.
He could take his damn time if he liked.
But at the same time... I kind of felt like he was just like, okay, HBO's going to do their thing, so...
I think he's like a perfectionist, and I think he's having trouble. And you know what? God bless you, George R. R. Martin. We love you.
No,
Thank you for
this. Yes. Apparently he wrote... I got to find his comics that he wrote. He did write comic books, apparently, so... And he actually... Funny thing about George R. R. Martin, he actually wrote to Stan Lee when he was younger.
Yeah. Letters and shit?
Yeah. In Stan's soapbox, which was a thing that used to be in the... in the back
like
of the comics.
Column.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest difference for me is what they do with Mance Rayder. That, to me, like...
What is it? King of the Wall? Not King of the Wall. King Beyond the Wall.
King
Beyond the Wall. Like...
I was going to say King of the North, and I was like, that's
not
right.
Yeah, I was like combining King of the North and something with the Wall, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
King Beyond the North.
Yeah. You know, as, you know, Bonnie said before we went on air, Mance's baby is with Gilly and
Sam.
Gilly and Sam because they gave Gilly's daughter as Mance's daughter
baby swap because
to Melisandre because
power in the king's blood.
Power in the king's blood.
And also, he is a king.
Yes.
Right.
Technically.
And then with, you know, as that debt being recovered by Melisandre, she burns Mance, who is actually
the Lord of Bones.
The Lord of Bones. Mm-hmm. And Mance goes to look. He's on a mission to look for the Stark girls. So that to me is like one of the biggest differences where I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that because I love Mance Rayder. I think I think he's one of the coolest characters.
I dug him. I feel like he didn't get much of a shake on the show.
No, he didn't.
I mean, in the book, he had a wife and a kid.
Yeah, they were focusing more on.
They focused more on
Giantsbane.
Yeah, Tormund.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, yeah,
actually, you know what?
Tormund.
Speaking of my
Tormund.
boys,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? How did we leave out Tormund?
I don't know. We're
There's so many
horrible
good
people.
characters.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no fucking, like, dud characters. I'm sorry
Oh,
to bring
fucking
up...
Gendry. He's one of my boys.
Oh, Gendry's awesome.
Gendry's my boy.
Yeah.
Love Gendry. Love the Hound.
Gendry, who was rowing for 2.5 seasons.
Longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He should
'cause
be
in Bon- in
jacked.
Bonnie's
Actually,
really
he really
should.
should be jacked because in the books he's like built like a bear.
Yeah,
No, that's Jorah. He should be built like a
A
bull.
stag?
like a bull. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has the bull helmet
Sure.
and that warhammer he makes though in
Super dope.
so dope. We don't see in the books. If I remember, we don't see Lyanna. What's her name?
Lyanna Mormont?
Yeah.
We do,
Oh, she's mentioned very briefly, I
but
think.
she's like a little bit wild, and I believe this is Lyanna. She's actually still very strongly in support of the Starks,
Yeah.
but her family's not, I
Yeah.
believe.
She is one of my favorite parts of
the
like,
show. That's so
like
she's awesome.
how she just shoots everyone down. I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, wow. I was like,
She's the smallest one there.
You,
She's fucking
like-
got the loudest.
and she shows up at the
presence.
Battle of the Bastards.
Yep.
And you're just like, she may kill Ramsay herself. Who the hell knows?
Right, at that point.
Like, I mean that besides the Jane Poole swap for Sansa,
That's what
in the show, Ramsay gets killed. Like, and the way he gets killed it's so good.
Yeah, it was
It
pretty
really
satisfying.
it was.
Ramsay was definitely one
Killed
of my
by his
boys.
own dogs. I know you love Ramsay.
they-
Dude, because he
They
was
didn't eat for 3
in a-
days. You said
in a
7.
series that has people being double agents, fucking Littlefinger, this motherfucker, everyone being political, this and that, doing everything for their own means or their own wants, and I'm gonna be in alliance with this person, whatever. This dude was a fucking psychopath through and through.
Yeah.
You knew what he was all about at every step of the mind. He was not gonna do anything good, and if he was gonna do something good, it was because he was overall gonna fuck with somebody. Like, oh, I'm gonna be sweet to Sansa, or I'm gonna treat Theon
Or
well.
his stepmother.
Yep. Exactly,
Oh.
yeah. Like, he was someone you could just, like, set your watch to. This guy's gonna do something fucking crazy eventually. And sure enough, he did. Sure enough, he did.
Let's.
Mhm.
All right, so we've talked about the differences between books.
Well, we left
Yep.
out young Griff, who
Young
is
Griff.
possibly a Targaryen.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
also might not be. In the books, it just straight up says he is, but there's also
Yes.
a lot of evidence that he might not be. And in the books, Tyrion's actually traveling with him. And
Yes.
Varys is
Uh-huh.
trying to get him on the throne.
Interesting.
So he's supposedly...
Varys is a boy.
Supposedly that's another...
There's a lot of boys.
Yeah, there's a lot of boys. Varys really ain't a boy.
Well,
Varys is nothing.
waka waka.
But supposedly that was another baby swap that happened, according to Varys, is that he swapped one of the Targaryen children
Right.
during
of,
the
right.
sacking
Right.
with some other kid, I can't remember who, and that this is a Targaryen who has been trained in, history and combat.
Okay, so he's
and-
a well-versed Targaryen,
Exactly.
someone who could
But
probably
he's
not,
not-
be a mad king or something
right,
like
but
that.
And
he's not in the show at all.
Right.
Right. Well, he's what in the books? If I remember, he's the leader of the Golden Company.
I think, I remember watching a YouTube video of that. I think there's
I
definitely some
think-
Targaryen link to the Golden Company.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a big player in this upcoming season.
I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
I could have sworn there was like some sort of Targaryen lineage that led the Golden Company.
Yeah, I don't know what I think.
I'm about 99% sure that was a thing, and it wasn't mentioned in the show. I think it was mentioned.
I actually
in,
found that book very dull, so I kind of.
Oh, was what the last one? or-
no, the one before it.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
and only the
It's been a
real.
while since I read them.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh,
There,
God.
I had to put it in. Sorry.
I'm gonna say a quick name that this is gonna lead to probably a 15-minute discussion, and it has nothing to do with the show because this name has never been uttered once in the show. Azor Ahai.
Azor Ahai.
Please explain to the uninitiated, the television watchers, if you will, the Shermans of the world, what's going on and why is that important, and is it going to be important?
So Azor Ahai was he forged Lightbringer. What was it, like 1,000 years ago or something like that during the first Long Night, and he tried to make a sword. He stabbed something weird like a lion or something with it, and then worked on it for like 100 days. I forget the details, and it didn't work. So he kept trying, kept killing different shit with it. Eventually, he worked on it for like 1,000 days, and then he stabbed his beloved wife Nisa in the heart with it.
Okay.
And thus forged Lightbringer, which was the sword that he used to defeat the White Walkers.
Gotcha.
About 1,000 years ago.
And a lot of this imagery is shown through the those followers of the Lord of Light, correct?
Correct.
Like the flaming sword that Beric Dondarrion usually carries
exactly.
around.
Like,
that's another boy.
All the fire, it's a lot of boys. All the fire imagery with Melisandre and Stannis and stuff. So she thought that Stannis was the Lord of Light, right? And that is the one that is Azor Ahai is the Lord of Light.
No, the Lord of Light is the.
He's like Jesus to their god, and they're just looking for the second coming. Sorry to get religious,
Jesus, but he would be like,
I don't know.
Jesus. I don't know enough about religion to really make a comparison here.
Sure, I gotcha.
I'm a terrible Catholic, but
Hey, me too.
But basically, they're saying like Azor Ahai reborn, like they're looking for Azor Ahai to come back and defeat the Long Night and the Long Night. There's also something called the Prince That Was Promised, which may or may not be the same thing as Azor Ahai. So the Prince That Was Promised, there's actually a lot of hints that it might be a Targaryen. Like even in the show, they said it could be the prince or princess who was promised, which would be Daenerys, but it's not necessarily the same person.
And that was definitely something Melisandre said at Dragonstone, and Missandei, she was like, well, that's a weird translation because it's a genderless noun that they're using, and it could be prince or princess. So that's definitely something that was hinted upon. You're right, and
and in the
trying to bring that into the show,
right? And in the book, what is his name? Maester Aemon of
who was
the
a Targaryen,
Wall, right?
Yep.
Yes, he was a Targaryen. In the book, as he was dying, he said that Daenerys Targaryen is the prince who was promised.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he said like all alone on the edge of the world, something along those lines.
He did say that. He did say that, didn't he? He said something like the last Targaryen.
Yeah,
something like that.
But basically, he was like, I feel bad for her in the book.
Right.
I mean, in the show and in the book, he was like, she is the prince who was promised.
Right.
Something along those lines.
Right.
So. My theory, my personal theory.
Yeah, so let's.
We want to get into that.
Yeah, since we're talking about prophecies and stuff like that, like what are we going to theorize?
Yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't have to be that literal. What I think is I'm going the obvious route, and I think that the prince who was Azor Ahai reborn is actually going to be Jon Snow.
Okay.
Born amid salt and smoke. He died. They had to bring him back using magic.
True,
so obviously we didn't really see any salt or smoke, but who the fuck knows? It could have been.
Right. Yeah.
I believe that he is Azor Ahai reborn, and hopefully this won't happen, but I think he's going to have to kill Daenerys and sacrifice her in order to save everybody else, and he's going to have to do the honorable thing, which is, of course, to save all the living people rather than your love.
Now, see, that was something that I was theorizing probably maybe 2 seasons ago or something like that, when we really started getting into Game of Thrones, was that they were going to build up Dany in Essos, so you would care about her, you would root for her, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And obviously all the shit going down in Westeros with the Lannisters and, the Starks and everything like that. And then all of a sudden Daenerys comes in and starts attacking the people that we've been watching for, at that point, 6-7 years, Westeros. And you're like, oh shit, like the battle lines have been drawn. Who do I fucking root for? Mm-hmm. Because if it was anyone else and you just met Daenerys that episode, you would have been like, well, she's crazy, she's a Targaryen, she's got dragons, she's going to kill a bunch of people. I don't want her on the throne. But, I mean, not gonna lie, I'd say by season 4, really by season 1, when the dragons were born, people were like, oh, hell yeah, she's gotta be on this throne. And that would have been a huge conflict, especially for that. And I think that still exists. You've got too many big-time players who aren't necessarily evil, like a Cersei or something like that. And they're gonna be people that their relationships and their friendships and their families are definitely gonna be questioned. Mm-hmm. And I think you're going to be right. I think this nice little relationship we had of Jon and Daenerys last season is not going to last.
It wasn't that nice. Because it's too it wasn't that nice. Like she was like, bend the knee. Like,
well, sure,
because that's like he bent the knee.
Yeah, and Jon, again, he doesn't want that life. He wants to fight the fucking White Walkers. So yeah, of course he's going to be,
because he still has that Night Watch mentality.
Oh, absolutely, and he sees that bigger picture.
Yeah.
where he's just like, that's a threat nobody's ready for, and we need to be ready for it.
Sure.
Right, and John and Danny have that in common, where they both like she saves people from slaves, he saves people from monsters.
And they
like
need to see to the same page, so they need to, come to an agreement on the same side. And I think that's gonna.
Despite everything that they've both done, like obviously they both killed and done a lot of fucked up shit, mostly Daenerys, but John's done some stuff too. Yeah. I think they're like kind of like the wholesome, like happy people, like the light.
I don't think that's kind of.
I don't see like a really happy ending for them. As much as I would love it, because Daenerys is my absolute favorite character on the show. She is the reason I started watching it. I saw a clip of her with the dragons in where was it?
Oh, when she got the Unsullied, right?
When she got the Unsullied, I saw a clip on somebody posted on Facebook, and I was like, "Who is this? And how do I watch this?"
When she turned around and just started talking to him in that tongue, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, you're dead. You're dead.
Yeah.
Like you're so fucking. You
got played, guy.
Actually,
well, that whole season, you just see her kind of just like, just smirking the whole time.
She knows she's like.
That scene was so cool in the show. Like, in the books, I think it was, I believe it was... Who was she traveling with? I'm sorry, it was Jorah and Sir
Barristan.
Sir Barristan, thank you. I believe it was one of them. I think Sir Barristan was one who told her to pretend she didn't speak a language in the book.
Okay,
but, so in the show...
It was a nice reveal.
Yeah, in the show, like, none of them knew she spoke High Valyrian, so it was, like, such a nice punch. Like, they all turned around, like, they were all shocked. That was so badass. I just love her.
Yeah. Chris, who do you think's gonna end up on the Iron Throne?
Oh boy.
No, who do you think is Azor Ahai? That's what we were discussing.
I really, again, like, I'm ignorant to that whole concept. Like, I don't know. And because I'd hate to be that guy, but because that wasn't brought into the canon of the TV show, I really don't care. Like, the whole Prince That Was Promised, yes, I get it, because that's Melisandre's storyline. But, like, Azor Ahai was barely fucking mentioned, if anything, Like, it's not something that I really have any stock in. It's not something that I can really... Because, as a viewer, the story and the... I guess really the origin of that character was never shown to me. I really don't have any stock in that, you know what I mean? I can only have stock in the things I've watched, you know what I mean? And like I've said, any bits and pieces of the books that I've got from you or from the internet, then, that kind of infiltrates my mind, and it's like, ooh, maybe I want this, or maybe I want that, and, like, cause I love the culture, I love the lore, I want to eat it all up, but I ain't gonna read a book. Sorry, Bonnie.
God forbid. Yeah, no, believe me, I know.
I know.
What if I get you the Game of Thrones comic books?
Podcast.
He would read that.
I know.
I remember skimming through it, actually, when we went to Barnes & Noble. It's like a year ago or something. They put season 1 in graphic novel form. And I was like flipping through it, and I was like, oh, that's when Lady dies. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
And we're good. I think it's Jaime.
Yeah.
Because something's gonna happen. I think he's gonna die out somehow in season 8. And he's going to turn around and have to kill Cersei, I think.
I think you're right.
And
I think so,
I really
too.
think it's going to be Jaime. And I want it to be Jaime, because I want to see Cersei just suffer. Like, if anyone in this show...
She's probably going to get, like, a Kingslayer or Queenslayer death and, like, just right through the heart.
I mean...
It's not going to be gruesome. It's not going to be brutal. It's going to be just, like...
I mean,
it's going to be a classy death.
I'm okay with that, because I do actually like Cersei. I don't root for her at all, but I do like
She's
her.
A great
respect
character.
the character, yeah.
Great character.
I do also think that Jaime's going to be the one to kill her because of the Valonqar prophecy, which they did not get into in the show.
Right. And that's different than the... that witch from that.
Same, actually.
Oh, it is the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that scene, she said, you will have 3 children, and your husband will have 10 and 6, or something like that.
Right. Okay.
She also said, gold will be their crowns and gold their shrouds, meaning they're going to die.
Right.
She also told her that the Valonqar, which means little brother, is going to wrap his fingers around her throat and strangle her to death. Something along those lines.
And Jaime was born after her?
After her, yes.
So
but she always took it to mean Tyrion,
right.
which is actually the reason why she hates Tyrion so much. I mean, she never liked him to begin with, but like, she also blames him for the death of her mother.
Right.
But she also believes he will be the cause of her death, so she hates him.
I think that was a lot of because Tywin blamed him for...
she's definitely her...
Tywin's death was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie.
In both the show and the book?
Yeah, it was the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that was a great character.
He was a great character, but it was satisfying to watch Tyrion kill him.
Sure.
Yeah, even to this day, because I just passed that in my rewatch, and I was just like, man, Tywin, I had such high hopes for you, dude. I really did.
I didn't really. I feel like Kip would have still been doing Tywin stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
he was great at doing that.
Yeah, that actor plays a bastard and everything.
Oh my god, dude. Charles Dance.
He's gonna play bastard in Godzilla, I guarantee it.
You're gonna be like this menacing man as he walks up to you. And he just goes, "Hello, my name is Charles Dance." Exactly, yeah. Then you're just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite thing that they, going back to the differences in the books, is the Tywin and Arya relationship.
That was cool.
In the books, that was Roose Bolton and Arya.
Bruce was a good guy.
So
again, because
Bruce was a good guy.
Not good guy, but he was just like, cool. All right, you're fucking
the Leech
I see
Lord.
what you're doing.
Ugh.
The Lord of the Dreadfort.
Yes.
Like, that's fucking badass.
So,
any other, so you were talking about the prophecy. You wrote some thorough notes, and thank you for this, Bonnie.
You're welcome.
About the shit that happened in Korth, right?
Yes, which in the show
which was season
garbage.
2.
Yeah, the season 2.
Okay, so this is more based off the book.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That
Yeah,
they touched
so,
on a little bit. So when Daenerys was in Karth trying to find her dragons, the wizards of Karth, the warlocks, and
the blue-lip motherfuckers,
they I guess kind of mind fucked her a little bit, and she saw some visions and imagery and stuff like that, and it does show that on the show a lot with the Iron Throne covered in ice, and she saw Khal Drogo and her son, but in the book.
Right, she was in the House of the Undying, and she heard some prophecies. And these are the ones that I find interesting. Most of them are pretty obvious. So, like, she saw the wall, and there was a chip in the wall, and there was a blue flower growing there to symbolize, Lyanna's son living at the wall.
Okay.
Things like that, things of that nature. But the ones that I thought were the most interesting were the prophecies. So there was 3 fires must you light, 1 for life and 1 for death and 1 for love. 3 mounts must you ride, 1 to bed and 1 to dread and 1 to love. And 3 treasons will you know, 1's for blood and 1's for gold and 1's for love.
Okay.
So I think those are interesting.
All right, now hit us with your
my
speculation.
Yeah, let's break each of these down.
So the 3 fires, I think the 1 for life would be the funeral pyre when the dragons were born.
Okay,
Drogo's
sure.
funeral pyre.
Okay. Yes.
1 for death, I think, is maybe when she burnt all the cows.
Okay.
Which
doesn't happen in the books.
That was awesome. No, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
anyway.
in the books. But so in the books, though, she's what? She's stranded in the Dothraki Sea, the Grass Sea, or whatever.
The Grass Sea, and they were surrounding her.
Right.
God, that's one of my favorite scenes.
Me too. Yeah.
That's cool.
I love Daenerys. The 1 for love, I'm not really sure yet because she hasn't really, obviously there's been fires, but she hasn't lit a great fire like those 2. Since. So that one I'm not sure. I think maybe that's to come.
Okay.
Then there is 3 mounts must you ride. So 1 to bed. I think that's... I'm taking this literally.
That was Drago.
The 3 mounts.
But you're meaning that as like the things she is mounting animal wise.
Exactly.
Vehicular. Okay.
Because I have people say it could be related to sex.
Sure.
I'm not taking it that way. I'm taking it literally. 3 mounts
Sex
must
in
you
this
ride.
book?
Oh, shut up. So the bed would be the horse, her silver that she rode to
which was like
sleep
a wedding
with
gift.
Drogo. Yeah, a
right?
wedding gift. The 1 to dread, I would say, when she rode the dragon and to the Great Grass Sea and was taken by the cows. And then the 1 to love, I think, is when she rode the dragon to save Jon, where she lost Viserion.
Right. Okay.
That's when I would say, unless we just haven't seen it yet. But that is my guess.
Again, because this isn't really discussed on the show. This could be nods to the readers.
Right.
Right.
And then the 3 treasons she will know. The 1 for gold, I would say, is Jorah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The 1 for blood would be Mira Mazdor, which was the woman who killed Khal Drogo. No, she didn't kill Khal Drogo, but but failed to save him.
She killed him.
Differing opinions.
She killed him.
And the 1 to love, I don't believe has happened yet, but that goes along with my Azor Ahai being Jon Snow. 3 treasons, I would say it's going to be Jon Snow killing her.
Sure.
That's my theory, but
or love. Love has many different meanings.
Sure.
Could be Jorah.
Good. Like if he decides to kill her for some reason.
Maybe I don't think Jorah's got it in him. I don't think he does. I I really don't. I think he's
Unless she became a White
he's too
Walker or
in love.
something,
Oh my
and he had to
God.
kill her.
Jesus Christ! Why? What the fuck?
I don't think.
Screeching halt!
That's
Goddamn!
That's something I didn't even think about. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like, whoa, like didn't. Oof.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Interesting. Yes.
Maybe she'll do it on purpose to try to get her dragon back. I don't think
And then
so.
try to like come back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Of all the names you could have named one of your dragons,
She's a
her brother.
family. You know what I
he
mean?
was a garbage.
That was her brother,
He was
though.
garbage.
Still garbage. I'm sorry.
She still loved him once.
Ugh.
And
No.
remember, in the books, it would haunt her.
Yeah. It's haunting her in the show too.
Yeah, man, she got a fucking nice zombie dragon
Yeah, great.
coming after her.
I think the world
That was,
doesn't need.
That was insane.
No, what's gonna happen is the dragon's gonna come to fuck shit out of this ice dragon. It's gonna see its mommy, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, what am I doing? And it's
No,
gonna
it's
hang
not.
out.
No, it's not.
Never know.
It's the name.
Never know.
No, the name's Scum. The name Viserion is Scum.
Viserion is a beautiful dragon who did not deserve what happened.
He was the weakest though.
You know what? Since we're on the subject, worst deaths. How about that?
I like
Sure. I like that.
that. I mean, strictly speaking, I hated Ramsay's death. Not because I didn't like him. I liked him that much that I didn't want him to die.
Mhm.
He needed to get more shit. He needed to be eaten by dogs for days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of the
They just
shit
need
he
to go
put people through.
to a shot.
Yeah.
Him still being seen him getting eaten. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it was too satisfying, and someone should have definitely been the one to actually put the screws to him. You know what I mean? Like the dogs. Yes, I get it, and it was poetic, absolutely. But like to have like Tyrion killing his father, he did that. Sansa released the dogs. The dogs killed him. You know what I mean? But like it was again poetic. Sansa did it. It was the dogs, the man's best friend. Like I get that. But other than that, worst death as far as like most heartbreaking, Hodor. I have this soft spot for
Simpletons. Is that why we're friends?
who does that slight the most? I don't know. Pretty good. I have a soft spot for like self-fulfilling prophecies and just heroic deeds and shit like that. And that whole entire episode,
Oh my
or really
God.
the episodes leading up to it, where you actually see what was his pre-Hodor name?
Willard?
Willard.
Something like that.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Willis?
call him.
I think it was Willis.
Willis. We're gonna call him Willis just in case.
Yeah.
Kind of like Willard.
And how he's like, he's a big boy. He's an oaf, but he's speaking. He's a human. And then the weird fucking three-eyed raven crap Bran's doing in the time is screwing with the time stream, and like that's when Hodor is born, and at that moment in the future he dies. Like like his whole purpose at that day in the past was to hold the door. And in that moment on the show, he held the door. It's fucking oh my god!
It's
that was
heartbreaking.
That was a rough episode too. That was just
Yeah.
an awful episode too, because the other Direwolf died, like really for like no reason.
I was just sobbing.
You were a heap.
Forget it.
You were like at that episode. It was over. You were down. It was bad.
Just sobbing.
Hodor, I would have to say, definitely was one of the most upsetting deaths.
Okay.
Because again, I have a soft spot for retards. Sorry. That's a rough word.
Sorry for our retard fan base.
If you listen to this show, never mind. Yeah.
You're on our level.
Yeah, we love you. Anyone else? Most upsetting deaths?
Bonnie, what was your most upsetting?
My most upsetting death? God. I'm not,
There's so many.
I'm not going to pick Hodor, because you did. The one that kind of bothered me the most is probably, I don't even remember her name, but that sand snake. Even though I hated them.
Which one? Oh, the one that she got captured with Olyria?
Oh, no. What was her name? But yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one
I
that
know who
actually
you're
ended up
talking
get
about.
The
capturing.
mom, yeah.
Yes.
The youngest.
I don't know.
It was the youngest.
Yeah, I
It was-
hated them.
Yeah.
I liked
Well,
the books, but they were.
They
poorly
really weren't
written.
introduced. Like they
No.
they weren't huge in the books.
That would have been, you know what, real quick, and we talked about this on my rewatch, our rewatch. The Sand Snakes, I feel like, was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It should have definitely been more of them, and even if they were nameless, just focus on those three. Have like
Yeah.
7 of them, and
Yeah.
the 4 of them are just background characters, but maybe they have different weapons or something, because I'm always a sucker for that.
I thought they were young too.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The name escapes us because again, I think like we all check out when Dorn, right?
Yeah. Dorn.
But yeah,
Dorn's
so
kind
that
of a
would
dud.
Be,
There's your dud.
Yeah.
So yeah, her death was
so her
twisted.
Not her death, but basically the fact that her mom has to watch her body decay for the rest of her life while she's being force fed and make sure the lamps are lit and
right.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but Illyria just kind of deserves.
Is that her name? Illyria Sand. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So that was pretty messed up. Another one that I thought was really horrible was Catelyn, as we said, because she thinks pretty much all her kids are like dead except for Sansa.
Right, especially at that point.
Yeah, at that point she didn't really ever learn that they didn't die, and she watches her firstborn son die right in front of her. Her father just died. Her husband just died. She thinks her sons are dead. She thinks her daughter is dead.
Right.
Like, there's all hope is gone from her. So of course she becomes Lady Stoneheart in the book because
which
shit.
I feel like that stuff that makes that storyline that much more enticing.
Yeah.
Because of her life was robbed from her. Mm-hmm. So especially as like a specter or a demon, like definitely come back and claim revenge. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
If I recall correctly, didn't Beric Dondarrion give his life to bring her back?
I remember you saying something like that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so I think Beric Dondarrion, I believe, is dead in the books. So your worst death?
Ned.
Yeah?
Ned.
My sister says the same thing.
Ned, because he's such a good person.
I agree.
And he he wanted to do the right thing. Like his friend came and was just like, "Yo, I want you to rule with me."
He did,
you know, and he tried to do the right thing. If he just kind of went like, "All right, you know what? Nope,"
then the show's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
you know. Yeah,
the assassin would come in, and that's a cool like what if scenario. But
yeah,
I know.
Yeah, Ned was my most hard, mostly because Arya saw. Even though Arya was turned away, she was there. Yeah. She knew exactly. I mean, and Sansa was front row.
Sansa was right there
for that. You know.
Yeah.
For that, and
he died knowing everybody watching him thought he was a traitor.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, like, against everything he's ever stood for.
Which makes everyone thinks his kids are traitors.
Right,
now.
exactly.
Like, because like John feels
legacy.
it. Yeah, John feels it because they're all like, "Oh, you're the bastard traitor,
son of a traitor."
Yeah. So it's Ned is my most heartbreaking.
What makes it easier to digest for Ned? Obviously, it's like the first main major death in the series, and it definitely shows you like this is the bar that we're setting right now. It's season 1, episode 9. What makes it just a little more palatable was that he still thought he was doing the right thing. Even if that meant betraying everything that he cares for, the truth and the realm and his family, just to make peace. He thought what he was doing right, and he took the knife like
a champ.
Like a champ, yeah, exactly. And like if it was one of those scenarios where like he was gonna be like forced down or something and like murdered or something, then it would be more
That'd
difficult.
Be rough, yeah.
Sure. I mean, now let's talk about. Well, we can all be agreed that anytime a direwolf dies is freaking heartbreaking. You know, George R. R. Martin hates those poor beasts.
It's such a cheap way to get a reaction.
And like I said, when Viserion died, the dragon, that just oh my god, I was a mess for that too.
I think the way Rob's got killed was
messed up. Yeah.
All right, our most satisfying deaths. Frey.
Yes, Walder Frey.
Walder Frey is definitely.
Death is really good.
I can't help but feel sorry for him, and I think it just has to do with the actor. I
love
love that
age,
actor.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't like.
If it was
Filch.
a younger man or something, you probably
maybe.
good.
But it's like it's this old man. I don't like Filch. I liked him in Hot Fuzz.
He was great.
Yeah. So there's just something about that actor that I just like.
But everything he did
was horrible. But I just see an old man, and I just feel bad for him. But yeah, I could see how that could be very satisfying for somebody who doesn't have my weird sympathies.
Like when she was just like reveal.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
super
oh
cool.
my
super cool.
God, you're beautiful.
Super cool shit, man.
My most satisfying death has not happened yet. It is
Oh.
Euron Greyjoy. I want him to die.
Yeah.
I feel like Euron definitely needs a little more build up for that.
I do not like him.
One of my most satisfying deaths was definitely like a blink and you miss it sort of thing, and we talked about this on the podcast. The Night's Watchman, who was kind of the leader of the Craster's.
Oh yeah,
that
the dude from
actor,
Pacific Rim.
The dude from Pacific
Yeah.
Rim. Like he was such a scumbag, and
Yeah.
in a 2-episode span, he's like one of the biggest villains of the show, and he just gets piked right through the head.
That was a good one.
That was cool because it was just so like impactful and it was perfect. It was just like immediately like, no, you're snuffed, you're done, you're out. Like no ifs and buts, you're out. Like, and that was good.
Locke is pretty satisfying.
Locke.
He
Yeah.
was Roose Bolton's right hand guy.
The one who chopped off
Oh,
Jamie's
yeah.
hand, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like just when he got killed
Hodor killed him, right? As
Bran,
I think so,
yeah,
yeah.
just
He, like,
lifted him
Bran
up and
is
snapped
fucking
his neck. Yeah,
And then they found
Shit.
yeah, because John was just like he wasn't killed by stab wounds.
Yeah, like,
he's
who
like
did this?
he's like that was a
What
strong.
does this to a person?
He's like that, and like even then, I think John would kind of had an inkling that
Probably,
like
yeah,
he was
imagine, yeah.
Bran was
He
near.
probably knows some crazy shits north of the wall, but he was like, this is different.
You know who was satisfying? Janos Slint.
Yeah,
When Arya killed Janos Slint, the pedophile.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that was
Cut out his
that was
eyes.
good because they built him up to be a creep.
Yeah.
So you really because you
And
needed
then, like,
needed a reminder at
he
that
was getting
point.
off on
That
hurting
was-
little girls.
right?
Yeah.
Like that further along in the show, you needed a reminder of like
Yeah.
who's this fucking guy?
And
like,
that,
oh,
like,
yeah,
he wa-
fucking
like,
sucks.
he
That's
was
a
the
good
leader
one,
of the
that's a good one.
Gold Cloaks, right? For a while.
Yeah, he was. And then Tyrion
Until-
sent him to the wall because Tyrion is the best.
Yep.
He sent us to the wall. Oh no, you're talking about
Oh, yeah, right.
The
I'm
other
mixing
guy, yeah.
them up right now.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that- the dude
Because
who
Janis Slint is the
orchestrated-
one that John.
I didn't like his death. Oh, is that Janos
'cause he-
Slint?
Janis Slint is the one that John decapitates.
Oh, that's... Okay, I mixed them up then.
yeah.
Marin Trent.
Marin
Trent,
Trent,
yes,
that's right.
is the one that Arya
Yeah,
kills.
sorry,
Because
that's
Arya
the one I
repeated
meant.
it for fucking episodes and episodes and episodes. That's how I remember that shit.
Yeah, good point.
That's a good way to remember characters' names. Just keep saying
Is
them
li-
constantly.
is
Yeah.
listening.
So I
Yep.
apologize.
So
My
listening,
most-
yes, exactly.
My most satisfying was Marin Trent. I did not care for Janos Slint's death. He was a dick, but
He was a
I
weasel.
felt sorry
yeah.
for him.
He was.
When he said, "Please, I'm afraid," and then he got decapitated anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of weasels, Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's your satisfying.
Yeah.
That's
It
that like
is.
in the goddamn throne room of Winterfell. He's sitting
in
there.
front of everyone who he thought was he got them all fooled.
Yeah.
Wrapped around his little
finger. Yep. There you go.
Got fucking got by a
And, like-
fucking psychic boy.
And I'm sitting there, and like, while he's talking, like you see Sansa's face, and you're thinking, you're like, she's gonna pardon him. She's gonna fucking pardon him.
Yep.
You're gonna turn your back on everything, and then Arya just comes up behind him. I was like, that's beautiful. That's so good.
And the last rewatch we just had I could not wait for that scene.
Uh-huh.
I could not wait for that. On every scene Littlefinger is in, I was like,
He
cannot
does every
wait
time.
for him to eat it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
Every
him.
time Littlefinger comes on, he goes, "Ugh."
It's unfortunate because I'm sure that actor is phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
But like every time we saw him in Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't stand this guy. Like he was way more likable. Don't get me wrong, but it was like,
And it's so funny because my brother was listening to an interview with him. He goes, I want to do other things. I don't want to be just known
Yeah.
as a weasel that
yeah.
is
I'm pretty sure-
Littlefinger.
I think he was on The Wire. He was a weasel.
Yeah,
He was on
yeah.
the video game.
He was on some crime thing.
On the fucking Xbox One, he was a weasel.
Yeah. I think I was telling you that he's really big into science. So, like,
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
he
this,
wants
yes.
to play, people like, he could play Reed Richards, who's a member of the Fantastic Four. And they're just like, that people are like, oh, that would be great. I think he would be, a great character for that. And because, Reed Richards, he's actually a very good person. And it's like, can this guy redeem himself somehow?
I think he could. He seems like
on
a
the
very
very
competent actor.
likely chance that the actor who plays Littlefinger is listening to this, probably
Aidan Gillian.
Aidan Gillen. I like Littlefinger. I like the actor. I like
That's
the
fine.
character.
I am neutral with the actor because I've not seen him in much outside of Game of Thrones. You did a great job for making me hate Littlefinger to the point that I can't stand you.
Oh yeah, he's
such
the worst.
as a Ron Livingston person.
Fuck Ron Livingston.
Say?
Fuck Ron Livingston.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I hate him.
All right, Ron Livingston. Sorry if you're listening.
No,
I'm sorry,
fuck you, Ron Livingston.
Who's Ron Livingston again?
He's the worst. He's from Office Space.
Who's
He's
he
from
in
Office
Office Space?
The main character from Office Space.
Oh, yeah.
I
No.
hate him. I hate his face. I hate his eyebrows. I hate his voice. Just everything about him. I hate. Why did you bring that up? Anyway.
Because it was a matter of it was the actor doing something despicable to make you hate him to
He
the
broke
point.
up with Carrie on a Post-it.
Oh right, this isn't the Sex of the City podcast.
Okay.
The Rude Boys Power Hour plus special got.
Anyway,
episode.
yes, so Littlefinger. I think he was an interesting character.
Definitely,
I
I
think he
can
was
concede that.
conniving and deceptive, and
He just, oh man, I hated him. He was a little snake.
I think that's cool about him, though.
He's
That's
just
what
a
I
snake.
liked about him. He almost got everything he ever wanted. He was always like 2 steps ahead. I think he was pretty cool with that.
It's one of those things. It's like props. I hate you. Like that's it. But it's not like I hate you. It's like nah. It's fucking ugh, blah, blah.
I know.
You know, you've heard it the entire time.
I know.
All right, so before we like really get into what we think is going to happen in the next season, let's just do a quick reflect on, and we've been doing this in the entire segment of the previous seasons. But something we haven't really talked about is the fucking battles that go on in these shows.
Well, real quick, Chris, who's in
Oh, we're
your
gonna
mouth?
do a
Yeah.
who's in your mouth update. I've got some knockoff Baileys. I think it's called Bradley's.
Okay.
And JMO.
Cool. I got.
Who do you got? Who's in your mouth, Tom?
Straight up Jameson.
Okay, Bonnie, our guest, who we should have started with. Who's in your mouth?
That would be Poland Spring.
There you go.
There you go.
You gotta say the name. Gotta say the
All
name
right.
for the ad
Cheers,
revenue.
y'all.
Cheers.
Clink it up.
So battles.
Oh
Whiskey!
yes, battles. Yeah, let's talk about battles.
Yeah, totally.
That's. I think one of the big things, as being a huge Star Wars nerd, I really love the wars part of it, like the battles.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you don't even think about a lot because of all the politics and the drama and like
Sure.
what's this person doing, where's this person going. You got to think about it. These people are opposing ends. We'll start with the biggest one, I think, in the show, the Battle of Blackwater. Your favorite episode for the longest time, Bonnie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good episode. Season 2, episode 9, season 2. Season 2, episode 9. Whatever. Same fucking thing. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my God,
really fucking
dude.
cool.
The
With the
wildfire.
the wildfire, how Tyrion
Siege.
did all that.
Oh my God.
Which again, in the books, he's sitting there working. Like he gets with like a metal worker to create the chain, which
Yeah.
they really don't touch
They don't
in
touch that at
the.
all.
What is
that's
that for
right.
the boats, I guess?
Yeah,
A giant
so,
metal chain?
It's this
I kinda
giant chain
figured.
that gets pulled up, and the boats just go into.
Oh.
Crash
That's
into
fucking
it. That's
dope.
actually how Davos survived.
Yeah,
Oh, because
in
he
the
hit
books.
that before the wildfire hit,
Yeah.
I guess?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, they also
Thank God for that chain.
Yeah, they also really don't go into how they thought Renly came back from the dead when it was actually
Loras.
Loras
Yeah.
wearing Renly's armor.
Right, okay.
So like
So people thought it was the ghost of
Renly,
Renly.
yeah.
Huh.
It's pretty cool.
Huh.
I loved it because that was our first time seeing like really how badass Stannis is.
Sure, yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
yeah. And you got your you got your slight sea battle, but there was a sea portion of that. You got your castle siege portion. You got a little bit of the downtime while the fighting was going on still, but like you
see
were able to
Cersei
see, and then you were able to see Tyrion give a fucking passionate speech. You saw the fucking, of all things, the Hound desert and realized like this ain't worth fighting for. I'm out, especially
Nope.
fucking Joffrey at that
And I
point.
love the
Exactly.
Dude, that was fucking awesome.
Exactly.
And my favorite couple that has not happened, Sansa and the Hound. I want them to be together so
Oh,
badly,
boy.
and like
Yep,
they
that's your ship.
could have been together. She should have gone with them. She would have met up with Arya.
I'll have to post that Halloween costume pic.
Okay.
I'll send that to
Everyone
you.
thought I was
Do that.
freaking what's her face from Frozen.
Oh yeah, right. Because that was right after Frozen came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And everyone was like, "Are you Link?" Or,
He was very much
And then I
mermaid.
slaughtered them left and right.
But yeah, as soon as the drums start beating, that episode is amazing. You
That
see
is
the
a great
wildfire,
fucking
you see
episode.
all the ships
And that's a great
burn.
battle too.
It's
Yeah.
a great battle.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
The battle at the wall.
That's a good. That's a great episode.
That is my
Like,
favorite
great-
battle. Like
That's a good
because like that's where you see like
John
The wa-
stepping up. Definitely.
yeah, John
Sorry.
stepping up, the wildlings like just being completely and utterly like just
Ruthless.
ruthless. Yeah, exactly. And then fucking Ollie. Oh, you
Well,
bastard,
got
Ali!
his in the
He
end.
really
Don't
did, and
worry about Ollie.
I was so happy.
I liked Ollie.
I
mean,
did until
I
he
thought
put
that
the
was a
knife
good,
into
like-
John.
You know what? He,
Yeah, same.
yeah, you're right. The knife thing to John, but before that, he watched Egret and all these other wildlings destroy his village.
And kill his family.
So when
yeah.
he killed Egret, I was like, "Fuck you!" I mean, I wasn't a fan of her.
But, like,
The
anyway,
funny
but-
thing is, I don't think Egret would have done that if she wasn't with
Well,
that
also,
group.
Egret, I mean, she
saved
what-
Gilly?
Thank you.
she did save Gilly.
She
It's
saved
not
Gilly.
a sacrifice, rescued. Well, not rescued, but yeah, no, she
Protected.
Yeah.
Gave mercy to. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny with the whole thing with Ollie? Thank you. Is that if you followed his, if it was like a side story or something, that'd be like, oh, good job, Ollie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you followed him from his family getting massacred to like coming up in the Night's Watch, and then like being a little. He
Timid,
was doing like the
crying
fucking
elevator.
He was the elevator operator basically, right? And then he kills a wildling. You'd be like, "Oh, good for you!" But because we
And
know
then he becomes
the
Jon
the other
Stewart.
side of the story, yeah, exactly. We know, and even him killing John is in his character. Don't get me wrong, because he hates
felt it
wildlings.
was
He hates
justified,
fucking
yeah.
wildlings. But because we know the other side of the story, he's kind of like, "You little dick."
Yeah. But they good.
That's
No,
a great
I'm glad.
episode. Battle
Yeah.
of the Wall.
That's the one that they have that like one shot that's like a
I'm
whole minute long.
I'm a cinema nerd, man. That
and
is
the
great.
camera just pans and it's
Yep.
like one shot.
Yep, you see
It was
Tormund
so
wrecking a
cool.
house, John coming up.
And
Oh
I
my
really
God,
liked
so good.
Alistair Thorne in that episode too, because he
He did
he's
a good job,
villain,
yeah. But he stood up.
he was like not ready to back
Yep.
down. He's like, I'm gonna fight until I literally can't fight anymore.
Yeah,
and
and
even
he
as
did.
he was being dragged out, he was still screaming and
Yeah.
I,
he
like,
was
respect- I
definitely
got a
he gave
lot
some
more respect from him,
Absolutely, yeah.
And friggin' Janice Slint going high.
Oh yeah, he was just like,
oh yeah.
Oh. And I love how he got called out about that too, and he was just like, well,
When
"I
Sam
didn't do
said,
that."
like, when you're hiding with the women and
Yep.
children.
What
Fucking
about
Sam,
and
he's
In the
fucking
meat locker,
fast.
he really is.
what about Ed's sacrifice? Ed, right?
Ed Sack. Oh no, you're
The other
thinking
guy.
of Ed.
Pip, not Pip.
Pip and Gren.
Pip
Yeah,
and Gren.
Pip and Gren,
Gren.
yep.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
man, that's
that's
so
a
good. And
good
how they
one, yeah.
recite the oath,
oath,
and,
Mhm.
and they
That's
hold
good.
the gate. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
That's a good
Another
episode.
change is that actually Pip and Gren are still alive in the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they killed him off to
And-
be
Sad.
Yeah.
Right.
And the
Sad, which worked. Damn you,
crap,
David.
you just said his name. The third,
Ed.
yeah, Ed. He becomes Lord Commander
Yeah.
in the show.
Eventually, yes, correct.
Yeah.
He is. I always say he's like Eeyore. Like
Ha.
he's just like. Everyone's like, oh, you know what? It really sucks here, but at least blah blah blah. And he's like, no, we're all gonna die.
No, he tells how it is,
Right,
like
yeah.
flat
Just like,
out.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
I like him.
Yeah, he's
I
cool.
like
I like
But
him.
he's
He's a good
well,
character,
Eeyore's
yeah.
my
I
favorite
fear
when
for
he's a
him.
character.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah.
And then of course there's Battle of the Bastards.
Yes,
That's another good one.
that's another good one. Yeah.
That was oh my god.
That was definitely a good, like, I don't even say strategic because it all ends up all going to shit. But like it's been in the episodes planning ahead of time. Like, all right, what if Ramsay does this? All right, what if Ramsay does that? What if Ramsay does this? Davos chiming in, Tormund chiming in, Sansa trying to chime in. So you have all the drama going in on Jon's side, and then Ramsay does what he does, manipulates Jon, and forces his hand, and
Yeah.
ends up what's happening. And again, all right, Littlefinger,
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna
Right
say it.
but
The
and
veil
then-
comes.
right.
Yep.
I have
And
to say, I thought that was so excellent because
It was excellent.
they do not leave the veil. The Knights of the Veil
yes,
do not
Go
leave the
and
veil.
and
But they
and,
did for my girl
and the
Sansa.
funny thing is, the Veil is known to be some of the best warriors,
Right.
in all of the Seven Kingdoms. You know, like they're known.
Littlefingers though.
No, I think that was John Aaron. John Aaron trained those.
Talking about the Knights of the Veil.
Coming.
Oh, showing up, yeah,
Oh, big time, yeah. But he did it for Sansa, my girl.
yeah, yeah. Well, how'd that work out for him, though?
Not great for him, great for Sansa.
Exactly, because it made it kind of made her. Because he was just like, you know, because what was it? Oh, if you trust Littlefinger, you're a fool.
Something.
And-
Trust Littlefinger, yeah.
And she trusted him, and he came through for her, and it slightly redeems himself. But then, when he was in the Winterfell court, like we
And
said,
whispering.
I was
into
like,
fucking
dude,
Sansa's ear.
you're
Yeah.
an asshole. Like,
Which was his downfall, which is great.
it was like how he tried to frame Arya.
That was just a weird, like, little story arc.
I was like, dude, of all people you're trying to frame?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, but I mean, also from Sansa's point of view, again, this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but from Sansa's point of view, the people, the family she grew up with, that she loved, and her last image of them
Are no more.
are complete strangers.
Yeah.
Like,
Plus, her
Arya's...
and Arya never got along.
Well, true, yeah, but I mean, there was a certain point where it's like, we're sisters.
Yeah.
Especially as adults and as they grow up, it's a different thing, you know what I mean? I think we've all been through that. We war with our brothers and our sisters and our siblings.
Absolutely.
But at a certain point, we're just like, who gives a fuck? We're related,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And I feel like that happened, and then it's like, oh, you have a murder list. Oh, you're a faceless assassin. Oh, boy. I'm going to go talk to Bran, who's a tree. Like, she's losing her mind right now.
If I was Sansa, the first question I would have asked was like, am I on that list? Like, that would have been
But the
my
way you're
first
talking
question.
to me, I think I am.
Should I
'Cause we
be
really
worried?
weren't
But she
fans
was
of each
never.
other.
She was never on the list.
That is true.
She was never on. Even though she hated her for siding with Joffrey and everything, she was never on the list.
But anyway,
because that goes with what you were just saying. You know, they're sisters.
Yeah, they're sisters.
You know, in the long run.
But yeah, the Battle of the Bastards.
Great. I mean,
Absolutely.
one of my favorite parts in that.
Right.
I mean, yes, we said, you know, Ramsay getting eaten by the dogs.
And classic Ramsay.
But when you see the flayed man banners fall, and then you see the Stark, like, I'm saying it right now, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, that is like, it's one of my favorite things in that show, when the Starks are finally back in Winterfell. Like,
right, yeah, no, it actually, the end result is fantastic.
Yeah,
and even before that, to speak to my boy Ramsay, when he just, like, he turns down one-on-one combat with Jon to do this whole battle.
Because he would have died.
As soon as he's, like, outnumbered, he's just like, you know what? I think I'd rather do this one-on-one shit. Like, he's like, you suck.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then when his Ramsay's guys are shooting arrows at Jon, he's just sitting there with the shield.
Yeah.
And the and the arrows...
That was Ramsay himself, and he was trying to... He was trying to
It was
shoot him,
Ramsay, yes, yeah. And those arrows were coming, like, right through, and it was... You know,
God, it was,
and Jon just sitting there pounding on Ramsay.
Right before that is when he shoots the arrow through the eye of the giant.
Living giant.
Yeah, the last living giant.
Last living giant.
Well, yeah, because we do see some giants in the night. We have not at all talked about the Night King. Night King.
No, we don't want to.
We don't want to.
Well, that will actually
you know
bring us right into theories.
Oh, thank you for rounding us up there.
You're very welcome. So there's an interesting theory that I read online. I'm not sure how I feel about it, and I don't know if they'll have enough time to even do anything with this.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have noticed the Night's King. His face looks a lot like Bran.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
Yeah. I don't really know how they're going to make that happen, if that's the plan. Like, if he's going to warg into something in the past and become the Night's King.
I feel like, because, I mean, they did touch on that with Hodor, his whole episode, that whatever... It seems like Bran, as the Three-Eyed Raven, or tapping into the power of the Three-Eyed Raven, has some power to transcend time and space and to manipulate events in the past. I feel like that can definitely be the case, because even, like, the Three-Eyed Raven was talking, like, saying shit like, he was saying things like, oh, you are me, or I am you, and stuff like that, you know, like, very ambiguous, like, oh, am I going to become you, or maybe I am you, or something like that. Like, I can definitely see shit like that, and the way that Bran's storylines have been going, like, yeah,
fucking weird,
definitely weird. But I don't. Can I see that happening? I don't know. I feel like in this one final season, anything is possible. But, like, I feel like everything is out there. And I feel like the Night King is the Night King. That's it. Like, are they going to do a weird thing where, oh, is Bran the whole time? Or Bran is the Night King? Or whatever? I don't know, but who the fuck knows? It's last season. They're going to go for the fences.
Yeah, another ridiculous theory I saw was just like, yeah, Jon, we killed Littlefinger. Did you burn his body? No. And then it's a picture of Littlefinger and the Night King side by side. And it's like, oh, fuck you guys. Like, don't do that to us.
That'd be pretty funny.
No.
That goes with your whole idea of having, like, one of these main living characters as of season 7 become a White Walker or a White or something like that. You know, that's an interesting thing I didn't even think of.
No, I mean they're from the north. They know to burn the damn bodies.
One of my theories.
I feel like that was a beyond the wall thing
that I just came up with now.
Nice.
you know how the three-eyed raven told Bran, "You'll never walk again, but you will fly." Obviously, he said that because he's a warg and he can turn warg into a bird or whatever.
Sure.
I think maybe he's gonna warg into Viserion.
Ooh.
We were talking about that too. Yeah, we were talking about
that.
how wargs can warg into wargs can warg. Warg's gonna warg.
Warg's gonna warg.
They can warg into humans and ravens and direwolves and stuff. Why not a dragon?
Why not a dead dragon?
Why not
a dead ice dragon?
There is the other theory that John's a warg too.
I have heard
Because
that.
That he could warg into Ghost.
He
can go-
Storms
He
have
has-
some sort of
he has wolf
dreams.
dreams.
I
Right.
swear to God, if Ghost dies, I'm gonna be so
I
twisted.
know.
Oh, I'll be so goddamn
They've been
twisted with
holding
you.
back on ghosts.
No, I think if
And I want
Ghost is
fine.
in danger, Lymeria will show up.
I don't think we're gonna see Nymeria again.
I hope we
think
do.
Lymeria's
Damn it!
done.
We do.
I want to.
Lymeria's
I think Lymeria is
They-
gonna
they-
save Arya. I think
They-
Arya's gonna be in dire straits.
Direwolf Straits.
Direwolf Straits there. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. And Lymeria's gonna save Sansa.
Arya.
Arya, thank
That
you.
would be good.
Good call, good call.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they just kind of closed the book on that.
Yeah, because
I think
they
that
wanted to
was-
clear that loose end.
Yeah,
I
think that
know.
was them saying goodbye.
Yeah,
I
they were
know.
like,
At least
so
we know,
what about
like-
Lymeria, guys?
I don't want it to be
Done.
goodbye though.
Yeah, but I
Sure.
think it's like there's one wolf out there.
Yeah.
You know, what do they say?
Wasn't that like the last
The-
direwolves south of the wall or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
they
Yeah.
say like the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Yes.
I
So
think
there you
this
go.
is the pack surviving, even though all these other wolves have died.
Or maybe Arya told Lymeria, go to King's Landing and kill Cersei.
The last scene is
Maybe.
gonna be
That'd be amazing.
I don't think so.
I want a horrible end for her.
calling it right now. The last scene is going to be like a nice little establishing shot of Westeros, hopefully in some sort of state of goodness or not anarchy and chaos and stuff like that. And you're going to hear a direwolf howl.
Oh, that would be nice.
Like the
So you'll
Stoneheart
hear
will rise
a
again.
Baru.
Any other theories? I don't really have theories. I'm lame like that. Like I just want to consume this media. I mean I feel like the little theories that I told about are my things. Do I want to see them take place? Not really. Like just show me what happens. I just want to see it. Just show it. Just give it to me right now.
Let me rattle a few off. So
right, go ahead.
The Hound is going to kill the Mountain.
Clegane Bowl.
Clegane
That's
Bowl,
right.
motherfucker.
They're gonna kill each other.
Possibly.
Sure, but
I think
they
they're
get to
gonna
fight. They get to fight.
they're gonna kill each other.
And he said that at the meeting, right?
He did.
Like, you don't die today, brother, or some shit like
Like,
that,
I'll
right?
kill you or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
Yep,
that
you're gonna get
meeting!
that. You're
Ooh,
gonna
that
get
meeting
that.
was so good.
I think so a smaller one is I think Gendry is going to know how to work Valyrian steel because he worked for Tobo Mott.
Something else we didn't really
In the
talk
books,
about.
Tobo Mott knew how to work Valyrian steel.
And he presumably was the one that helped him melt down Ned's sword,
he
right?
might have,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, maybe I'm just.
I can't remember, but I know
conjecturing.
like in the Seven Kingdoms, very few people know how to do it, and it just so happens
It's a
that
lost art
Gendry-
because it's not really something that is really
Relevant.
valid.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Gendry
guessing.
worked for the guy who knows
Yeah.
how to do it, so why
Now,
wouldn't he know?
now I'm guessing the two swords that Tywin had made, that guy
Valyrian
made
steel.
them.
Well,
That's what I
presumably,
can't
yeah.
remember.
Because he,
Literally what I said.
huh?
It's literally what I just said.
Well, because you talked over me. Anyway.
But I mean, that is something to talk about. The Valyrian steel weapons that are out. There's only a handful that we know about,
Right.
right? We got Jon's sword.
Mm-hmm.
We have Jaime's sword,
Yes, which Bree
which
has.
Brienne has.
Brienne.
There was the sword that Joffrey had, that Tommen got, that maybe Jaime has. I think was the last. I remember.
Did Tommen have that on when he took the nosedive?
Well, either way, he didn't bury him with his
Cersei would
sword.
have it.
And also, Sam has a sword
That's right.
from his
Yes.
family.
But they
Oh,
were also
Theory.
Go ahead.
So this is one I found online. I don't really know the validity of it, but there was something about the Three-Eyed Raven had one, I believe.
Interesting.
There's a scene. So the scene when Hodor dies and they are fleeing. Mira Reed grabs a sword from the cave. So there is actually a possibility that Mira might
Has
have
one.
Valyrian steel.
And now, what happened? Is she still in Winterfell?
No, I believe she was going home.
yeah,
Okay.
because
She'll probably show that.
Bran was like, man, leave me alone.
Only because it's like another loose end that, like, you don't.
I
don't
hate
saw the
things
end of her.
now.
Well,
So as I am rattling off theories, there's another theory that Mira Reed is Jon Snow's twin sister.
right.
As you can see in the show, they actually have very similar hair, but
True.
that's just a small thing.
but he's older than her in the show. Than the book.
Again, but I mean, if you really think about like the book aging is different than the
Yeah, I
show
mean, in the
aging.
book, like John is described as like what 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
is she.
But in the show, if you look at them, they're
I know he's definitely
Kit Harington is so much older than her.
I wouldn't say so. I think she looks a little bit older.
But was there
White
even
don't crack.
So anyway,
was there anything
here-
said that Lyanna Stark had twins?
No, there
No,
not
so that's
but
why
also
it's a
there was nothing
theory.
about that she
So-
had a baby at
But
all.
who was he with?
He was with her father
Right.
at the tower.
The Tower of Joy.
Tower of Joy.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yes.
So just basically what the theory is there's these two children who, at least in the show, look alike, around the same age. It's a possibility that he took one and he gave the other one to, I can't remember his name, Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed, yes.
Mr. Reed. And that they both raised them as their own children to
Right.
protect them for Robert Baratheon,
Sure.
who would have
A
killed
nice
them knowing
little
they were Targaryen.
Luke and Leia situation,
Exactly.
if you will.
Also, might not be relevant, might be totally incorrect, but
Sure.
it's an interesting theory.
Though in,
Oh,
the,
absolutely,
though in
yeah.
this scenario, John ended up with the better situation than her.
I mean,
Well,
Luke
he is
ended up
banging his
pretty well.
aunt, so
There is that, yeah.
he's incesty no matter what he does.
Well, which was a big thing about the Targaryens.
It was
The
it.
Targaryen-
And if Mira was going to go with Bran, which, I mean,
Yeah.
he's paralyzed from the neck down, basically. First off, A, nothing going to happen. B, they're what, cousins at that point?
No, they would
Because
be.
Lyanna's mother is the mother, and
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
first
yeah.
cousin. Yeah.
And then
Gross.
The other theory is that Tyrion is a Targaryen.
I have heard that theory.
There is that one
He
because
has
I remember hearing that
the
like
two-tone
way in the
hair.
beginning.
Yep.
His eyes, I believe, are two different colors, or they're purple or something like that.
two different colors, I think, and
Three Heads has the dragon.
yep, and Rhaegar, not Rhaegar. Wow, who? The Mad King was obsessed with Aerys was obsessed with Tyrion's mother.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. So see, again, it's a lot of stuff I miss in the
In the
not reading
show.
the books.
Yeah.
Another
read 'em.
theory I have is that, so in the show, Tyrion found out that Cersei was pregnant. So this is me taking it at face value and saying she is pregnant because I don't know if I believe her or not. I think I do. I don't know if she's going
think
to
she
carry it a
is.
full term because in the books she woke up in a pool of blood.
Yes.
Chasing
Right, and also
miscarriage.
the witch prophecy did not mention a fourth child.
That's
Even though the show talked about another child
yeah,
that was Robert and Cersei's, which was just not really
Yeah, just silly.
related.
So my theory is that when Tyrion and Cersei were discussing that, and then the scene cuts out, we don't see anything else.
Sure.
I think he, like a few scenes before that, he and Daenerys were having a heated discussion about the line of succession and like who's going to rule after her death.
Right.
So I think maybe he promised her maybe he promised Cersei that her child would be the heir.
Because
And
I mean,
he did look
Tyrion,
disapproving
with
when he
all
knew that they were
intents and
having
purposes,
sex.
tries to have contingency plans for everything.
And I don't think he saw Jon and Daenerys sleeping together.
But he knew.
I don't think he saw that coming though.
Oh no, you're right. Yes,
But he
Because-
did look disapproving. Like he.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking maybe he's like, I hope she doesn't get pregnant.
Well,
'cause I
unless
promised Cersei. And
Yeah.
that they were
like
using practicing safe sex.
he might have
Right.
looked disapproving because
Dragon
he's
skin
seen
condoms.
he's seen what incest can do, like make kind of insane children.
But he didn't. Nobody knows Jon Snow's heritage. I'm sorry.
True.
Yeah,
And
true.
if anything, he's just probably
Every
like
time
this is.
Targaryen is
He's
born, the gods flip a coin.
he's probably just like this is a power couple that I didn't think was going to happen. I don't like that it's going to happen because he probably sees Jon Snow as Ned Stark's son, still because that's how everyone views him, and is loyal to a fault and is not going to do shit like this. And he's a loyal person and he's not
Sure.
going to mix business with pleasure. Whereas Daenerys, how do I put it? Has her
agenda.
not necessarily agenda, but like she has her morals in check.
Okay.
Like she wouldn't do anything like that. If anything, I would think Tyrion maybe thought Daenerys would be a little more, I guess, a virtue, I suppose, instead of just being like falling in love. You know what I mean? She
Okay.
probably thought maybe she would, if anything, probably like marry for political agenda, which is something that she did talk about on the show. Mm-hmm. That's probably how she thought, instead of like this whole falling in love, let's bang on a boat sort of thing. That's why Tyrion's just like, no. Or he could be jealous.
Sure.
There's also that. But again, he knowing him has a contingency plan for everything. Did not expect it.
My one theory that I have is, even though the witch never mentioned a fourth child, I honestly, and from the moment that Gendry was introduced, I was like, I think Gendry is actually Cersei and Robert's child. She gave it up because he looks so much like Robert, and she could never stand the sight of him. And, you know, I think she, you know, because they're like, oh, do you remember anything about your mother? Oh, she had golden hair.
Did they say that?
In the show.
He did, but he knew his mother.
I mean, he knew his mother,
He
like...
said
That-
she worked in a tavern.
He knew her mother that raised her.
You never... Again,
Because
you
I
never
think because he looks so much like Robert, she was like,
don't
Yeah.
I don't want this.
And she needed children of...
Golden
like,
hair.
Golden hair.
Like, I think he was
Lannisters.
the firstborn. She was just like, nope. And then she continued to kept going with Jaime. And that's why you had Joffrey, Tommen, and Marcella.
You never know.
Which the
Oh,
funny
true,
thing
yeah.
is, the actress who plays Marcella and the actor who plays Tommen are actually a couple in real life.
Ew.
Yeah, right? It's the most messed up thing. Another funny thing is, though, little side quest, is that the actor who played Tommen, he was one of the Lannister cousins that the Karstarks killed.
Yep.
My sister-in-law pointed that out to me.
That's
I was like,
something you catch on
oh, shit.
rewatch, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely do,
Sweet
yeah.
baby Tommen, sweet baby Tommen.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet baby
He's one of
Tommen.
our boys. He loves sweet baby Tommen.
Yeah, like to a point, but when he started getting mixed up with that High Sparrow bullshit, I was like,
And I think Tommen is the only one that Marjorie consummates with.
In the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of gross.
she's
In
a
the books, they
child.
were like having sleepovers with like their friends because they were too young, or he
Right.
was too young.
Yeah.
Any other theories? Anybody?
I just want to see this show. I just want to see it. I don't have any theories. Just give me
Yeah.
the show.
I
Give me the show.
I need to finish the rewatch before April 18th, 14th,
April 15th.
15th. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. I got a lot of watching
Why do
to
I
do.
still? Oh, it's still March. Yeah. That's why I'm
Derp.
looking at a March calendar.
There you go.
I believe it's April 15th, right?
Yeah.
15th or 14th?
Yeah, something like that.
On the Rude Boys Power Hour Plus, we do not do research, Bonnie.
Except for this.
14th.
Ooh, look at that.
April
Okay,
14th.
cool. So let me bounce this off to you. Who do you think will be on the Iron Throne, Bonnie?
This will be the last, I think, right? This will be the last point of
Discussion?
discussion, I think, right? Anything else? All right. Who's ending up on the Iron Throne? Is the Iron Throne going to exist? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I believe that who is going to end up in the Iron Throne is going to be Sansa and Gendry.
All right, then.
Okay.
So the
So you have a
heirs of
Stark
two-
and a Lannister.
A Stark and a Lannister.
Stark and a
Oh,
Baratheon.
Baratheon. Wow.
You know,
Well,
Sansa's
I mean,
always
that we know
wanted-
of.
If my theory is correct, it's,
Sure.
it is
Sure. It is a theory.
Sure,
Yeah.
good point. I think that Sansa's always wanted a prince to, obviously become. She wants to be a queen.
Sure.
She learned a lot from Cersei about how to rule, politics,
Learned a
things
lot
like
from
that.
a lot of people.
Gendry is Robert Baratheon's last living child.
Right.
So I think if it all comes down to it, they might meet and fall in love. I don't want them to because I want Arya with Gendry and Sansa with the Hounds,
Those are
but
your ships,
whatever.
Yeah. OTPs.
So I think Sansa is going to end up getting the king she wanted, a fair and just ruler, hopefully, who is a Baratheon.
Okay. Chris, who do you think is going to end up on the Iron Throne?
Again, I hate theorizing because I just want to see it. You know
You
what
had
I mean?
time to think about this. Tom, who do you think is going to
Thank
end
you
up
for
on the
more
Iron
time
Throne?
to think about this.
No one. I think it's ending it being empty.
You know,
Because I think that's the only way that this can end, is it being empty and the Seven Kingdoms ruling
Ominous.
the Seven Kingdoms ruling themselves.
Oh, so no
Not the
one.
sea.
Will.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe it's time for Westeros to be single for a little while.
Focus on yourself.
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
time, guys. Like, focus. Take some time to look at yourselves. Chris, you had ample time.
You know what sucks? It is. I can definitely see what both your guys' point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I like Sansa ruling because she is. She's definitely a major player, but she's not. Like,
not aggressive.
She's not one of the main faces, and I think a lot of those main characters are going to take themselves out, especially trying to vie for this. And then when the dust settles, who's going to be there? Probably the most eligible bachelorette that's there, the heiress of a great kingdom, of a great name, Sansa Stark. But you got that looming threat of the Night King and the White Walkers and stuff like that, and just the division between all the different parties and kingdoms in Westeros, and maybe nobody rules. Or it could be like this weird Chinatown thing where Daenerys is on the throne and she's just as batty as her fucking father. And the wheel keeps going despite her best interests.
Or they piss us all off and Cersei ends up on the Iron Throne.
Well, she's already on the Iron Throne. I don't think she's going to stay on the Iron Throne.
I don't think she's going to survive.
I don't think it's going to be her. I don't think it's going to be Jon. If Daenerys survives, it could be her, definitely. If Sansa is still in the running, I think it could be her. Or, again, the possibility exists that Westeros is completely overtaken by ice zombies. I don't think so. I think that's going to be, like, the main threat in, like, the beginning half of the season. And then once that's, like, immediately once that's over...
Cersei.
Then the battles of who gets this fucking sword chair is going to happen.
I disagree with you about the Daenerys thing. I think it's more likely to be Jon ruling than Daenerys. She's worked so hard for it all these years. There would be something a little bit poetic about her dying to, like, hopefully save all these people, and then Jon, the reluctant ruler, who's never wanted it.
John's been falling onto a lot of things right now.
I think he'd be a great king, but I don't think he's ever wanted to be king.
In the same sense how Ned did not want to be king of the Hand of the King. Thank you so much.
But this goes with my theory is that, Jon, it falls on to Jon. Jon walks away. And the Iron Throne is left empty.
I don't think... No, I think his sense of honor, he would have to stay on. He would have to stay on with his...
Why can't he just be happy?
Council, the small council.
Jon doesn't want to be happy. Jon wants to be a martyr.
I feel like that's too, like... Oh, Jon Snow was great. You know what I mean? Like, the show... don't get me wrong, but, like, Ned was great. All these characters are great. And what happened to him? Robb was great. Robb.
But remember, he's not actually Ned's son.
I love you. No, I know, but like he emulates Ned to the best of his ability because that's who he idolized growing up. Sure. His quote unquote father. His father to him. That was him.
All right, fuck y'all. It's gonna be Grey Worm. There we go.
Yay, Grey Worm!
King Grey Worm.
Grey Worm.
Grey Worm.
Missandei's boyfriend.
Oh yeah. They're. Wow, I just
Leader of the
drew a blank.
Unsullied?
Yeah, I know. I drew a blank for a second. It's gonna be Varys.
All right, Podrick on the throne. We
Varys.
said it first.
King Podrick Payne. First act, kill Ilyn Payne.
Oh, wait,
no,
that's
he's
fine.
dead.
Tyrion is
His
gonna
first act, repopulate the entire kingdom
and
single-handedly. And then you have Tyrion. You have Tyrion and Bronn like from fucking Friday. Like, damn.
Whoever ends up on the throne, Tyrion's gonna be their hand.
I hope
if he survives.
Tyrion's gonna be the hand.
Yeah, I feel like Tyrion's not gonna be on the throne. He's too much of a.
He's too short. He can't get up there.
Yeah, no, he can't. He needs like a stack of phone books to get up there.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. That was the most embarrassing thing that Joffrey did to him.
That was fucked up.
That was fucked up.
Gee, I feel like we could just have like a random off-topic rant about Game of Thrones.
About how horrible Joffrey is.
We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to, I think, reconvene the small council session after the final season.
Okay.
After the final episode of the final season.
I like that.
Everything is all said and done. We'll definitely have to come back and talk about Game of Thrones as a whole. All right?
All right.
Should I end this small council meeting?
I think you should.
Here.
My hand, my queen. All right,
Your
then.
Grace.
Rude boys, to you. Whew, that was a long discussion, hopefully. Oh, because I am not editing that out.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, cool.
So...
5 minutes.
Yeah, right? Seriously. Game of Thrones, right? Nation, thank you for joining us again at the Rude Boys Power Hour Plus with our special Game of Thrones chat. Got. Hashtag got.
Hope you enjoy the final season of Game of Thrones. And
Give us your thoughts.
give us your thoughts. We're going to chime in every so often, obviously on the proper episodes. And who knows, maybe something else, social media. We'll get you. You'll hear our reactions, don't you worry. You will hear our reactions to the Game of Thrones series on our social media.
What's our social medias?
Our social medias are as follows: twitter.com/rudeboys469, facebook.com/rudeboys469, instagram.com/rudeboys469. If you'd like to contact us on any of those social medias, please do so. If you'd like to contact us through email, you can reach us at rudeboys6969@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube page.
It's like a fucking robot caller.
It's good, right?
Jesus Christ.
bit.ly/rudeboysrudetube, all lowercase. Please, 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 just subscribe to our fucking page. We won't spam you yet.
Oh, fuck.
I
do we have a
promise.
YouTube?
Yeah, I just said it.
Cool.
It's bit.ly/rudeboysrudetube, all lowercase. All our episodes are hosted, as of now, on the Podbean network. Thank you, Podbean. You can find our podcasts on the website. URL: rudeboys.podbean.com.
Flick that iron bean.
What's an iron bean? Why?
Iron Throne, Iron Bean.
Okay. If you want to hit me up personally on social media, got your face. Like, duh. If you want to hit me up on social media personally, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS.
Ezra Miller, you little bitch. Or Billy Graham, you old fuck. If you can figure out how to use Twitter, you overrated, belligerent, veteran piece of garbage who probably should have just OD'd on steroids like the fucking has-been you are. You can reach me at Tommy _ that's Cash with a K. Clean the wax of the ears and put the fucking hearing aid in, Billy Graham, you fuck.
Wow, that's rough.
I don't like him.
That's very clear. And that's going to do it for us, Nation. Be on the lookout. We have a Wrestle special incoming later this week. Big time NXT TakeOver Talk, WWE Hall of Fame 2019, and WrestleMania 35. It's going to be a special Wrestle special. Just saying, we're going to have some special Wrestle special guests.
I apologize in advance.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad one. But bad usually leads to good.
You can't spell shit show without Rude Boys.
All right. And the episode after that is, I apologize, it's going to be a little wrestling adjacent. We are going to do Wrestling Axis.
Oh shit, finally?
Yeah, finally. This has been in the mix for a while. A quick little bit of 101. Marvel Axis was a storyline where people swapped allegiances. So good guys became bad guys became good guys. So we're just going to try to do a little fantasy booking, and this is going to be post-WrestleMania season. But we're going to flip alignments on people and see how that turns out. So if you're interested in getting in on any of that discussion, hit us up on our social medias, our emails, Facebook, Twitter, and message us, slide in those DMs on Instagram. I don't fucking know.
Slide in my DM, ladies.
Slide in Tommy _Cash with a K. Yeah.
I'll take care of you.
And that is going to do it for this episode, Rude Nation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Fuck you,
evening.
Billy Graham.
Yeah, Billy Graham.
Fuck you.
This has been a Wall Street Bangers production.
Fuck it.